The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formaware, and Bozen the Florist. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
And good afternoon and welcome to the Unidome here in Cedar Falls, Iowa, as we get set for the high school football playoffs. The large schools, Class 5A, the semifinals, it's Dowling and Valley, the rematch from Week 8. Alongside Matt Maindring, I'm Mark Amadale, -1 today. Johnny Chidle back in Greater Des Moines listening as he's a little bit under the weather. Election took a lot out of all of us, but some of us had better vitamins than the other, Matt, is all I'm going to say to that. But hope Johnny gets better. He'll be listening today. And about this afternoon football, and we're preempting programming on Iowa Catholic Radio and our network, Al Cresta Show, we just preempted. So welcome, fans, as we have early football. And, Matt, welcome to you. And how did my daughter get out of school early? Oh, hey, wait a second. No school today. That's what happened.
And not because of this. We had a normal teacher in-service day planned.
Glad you clarified that.
You bet. And the kids got to sleep in a little bit today, and the teachers went to work at 7:30, and we let them go about 12:30, and see some of them up here. And it's just it's fun to have this afternoon game because then we get back home on time.
Yes, we do. Well, we can stay as long as you want following this game because it's Johnston and Southeast Polk. That is the other semifinal.
Yep.
And, yes, it's an all-Central Iowa semifinal. So you got to hand it to some of those road teams. You look at what Johnston did with the win. They kind of upended the Ankeny, who was here the last 2 years playing the state finals. And Brian Woodley and the Johnston Dragons knock off Ankeny at Ankeny last Friday. And how about the Valley Tigers getting wins at Pleasant Valley and here in the Unidome a week ago over Cedar Falls, and they're here. So there you go.
They fought the uphill battle to get back here, and probably the most unexpected team here. And Johnston, too. You know, if you'd have been in the middle of September and said Johnston and Valley were going to be in the semifinals, you might not have been too surprised about Valley, but Johnston at that time, they really turned things around. I did get a text message from one Coach Bossum yesterday, so we wish it's always fun to trade information or trade stories with him. But this is going to be quite a game. You know, you're talking about a team you played just 5 weeks ago, and it's going to create some challenges for the Maroons in the mindset and preparation that it takes to overcome or to fight back, or I don't know how you even say it, a team that you played so well against, and to get the mindset right for the kids.
Well, you look at what Dowling, they had to play Waukee Northwest for the second time in the playoffs.
Yep.
This afternoon they're playing Valley for the second time, and as a coach, well, that's one thing. The game plan, you've got a book on every, I don't care, there's a file cabinet full of notes and stuff from every team, as long as you're going to coach, whether you play them or not. And I'm sure Dowling's got both teams, Dowling and Valley, have stuff on each other. So now it's a matter of what are you going to implement,
right?
And what are you going to need?
Well, there's no doubt about it. These two teams have the thickest book on each other, as Coach Swenson and Coach Wilson have had many battles against each other, and so it's like one of them in the NFL. You have those interdivision rivalries. This is one of them that you play every year. And how many years have we played each other twice? How many years have they played each other twice? And so they're kind of used to that.
Yeah, they are. And we're looking forward to that today and this afternoon. And what a cold day it was. I left this morning to help with a 1A game between West Branch and Van Meter. 7 o'clock this morning, it was 20 degrees with a feels-like temperature in single digits. So thank goodness we are into the Dome. We got a little taste of this last Friday night with the rain and the cold and the wind. And, it could be cold outside, but it's seasonable perfect right here in the Unidome. And that creates its own environment for the players.
It does. It does. It levels the playing field, really for a team like Johnston as we're looking ahead. Johnston to the game later on tonight, a team that's going to throw the ball a little bit more. And it probably has some advantages for Valley in a way that they rely on that running quarterback. They rely on him throwing the ball a little bit more. They were not very successful in their run game with the running back the last time we played. But then it helps Dowling when you have someone like Jackson Smolik, and you've got some of the speed that they do on the edges, and so it's just fun being inside.
Yes, it is. And, Dowling, I'd like to say they're at full strength. They are not. They're without their, that utility player. The other guard is Coach Wilson. Yeah, all 5'8", 175 pounds of him. Hunter Crutchlow out, broke his tibula, and he is out for the game. So that is that fullback, halfback, other tight end, and that is a very important part of this offense that Coach Wilson, the Dowling program, runs. So Hunter Crutchlow is out, but Will Leifker, who was one of the tight ends with Jalen Thompson early in the year, he was out with a leg injury that sidelined him most of the regular season. He just started working out last week. Could have came back against Waukee Northwest, did not. And tonight this afternoon he's going to take the spot of Hunter Crutchlow at that utility, and he's backed up by the freshman Ian Middleton, who will be a fine tailback, but he's going to have to learn some blocking, at least be a backup part of that. So it'll be Will Leifker and Ian Middleton in that utility spot, which is fullback, halfback, and tight end.
It's kind of the Swiss Army knife, right?
Yes.
Hunter Crutchlow is that kid who behind the scenes all season long was making blocks, doing those things that helped you get to another level. And, for Leifker, it really is a feel-good story in some regards, in the fact that he's, it's his first season with the Maroons, and he comes in and gets injured right away, misses the whole season. And I remember talking to him in the middle of September. He said, "I'll be back for the playoffs." And here he is, and he's getting an opportunity to contribute.
Certainly is. This afternoon's game here on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates. Our thanks to Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Of course, I saw Mr. Bozen at Mass this Sunday, and of course, Bozen the Flows is our Red Zone sponsor. He says, "Hey, a couple of those games, they weren't in the red zone." I said, "Yeah, I kind of started early because I knew we may not be in there very long with the big touchdown run." So our hats off to Jerry Bozen and the Bozen family, Tom, his brother. We appreciate all their support. Are we on prime time, or are we just on drive time? Drive time. Drive time. That's where we are in the radio business. How about that?
Yeah. No, it's this is an exciting time of year, and again, without school today, the kids had all kinds of time, and they're here in their white shirts, and
see that over there.
Valley's trickling in their orange, and the rivalry continues.
That certainly does, and we look forward to that. We've got a halftime set up. Ryak. I'm trying to. That's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Wrestling coach at Dowling, and year number 2 or 3?
This will be his second year.
Second year. He's going to be our halftime guest. If we can get him past the guards here, security, which you did a pretty good job of doing that today. And so we look forward to him, having him up here. And who we saw the Schumacher, Andrew's grandparents came up. We were down on the main veranda. So Dowling fans are trickling. Oh, yeah, now it's maroon and white. It was a different color. Now the Dowling fans are starting to arrive.
Yeah, they are coming in. So.
All right, well, Matt, let's take a break. We did catch up with head coach Tom Wilson, and we'll visit with him as we're about a little over 20 minutes out of kickoff. It'll be right close to 4 o'clock, Dowling and Valley for the second time. Mark Amadeo, Matt Maindring from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. We come back, head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic previews this game, and we talk a little about the game with Waukee Northwest. Stay tuned. Pre-game show continues here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Ready to celebrate the end of Roe v. Wade? Then get your tickets for Pulse Life Advocates Pro-Life Christmas Gala. You'll savor a fabulous meal and Christmas entertainment, along with an uplifting pro-life talk by the Sisters of Life. Support life, have fun. What a great combination. The date is Saturday, November 19th. The place is the Meadows Event Center in Altoona, Iowa. Get details at pulseforlife.org. A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Brian Brevard from Sacred Heart Catholic Church in West Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. This afternoon, it's Dowling and Valley in the Class 5A semifinals at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Mark Amadale now joined by head coach Tom Wilson as Maroons take on Valley. But, Coach, first of all, congratulations on the victory. It's good to be back in the Dome, I'm sure. And what a win it was last Friday night over Waukee Northwest. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you very much, Mark.
Coach, what a start. You got out to a 28-0 lead last week in a game over the Wolves. And what an opening drive. I mean, 16 plays, 80 yards, took about 8 minutes a clock, and you went for it twice on fourth down. I mean, all of a sudden you're that coach that just kind of rolls the dice. But 4th and 1 at your own 29, you go for it. I think it said the statement, Coach.
Well, the big thing is I had a lot of faith in our offensive line as we were going along, and I think I surprised my coaches too a little bit, especially the defensive coaches. But really, I was confident that our kids could execute, and fortunately they did. And CJ hit it up in there and gets the first down, and we were kind of off from there.
Coach, 4 rushing touchdowns by, you mentioned C.J. Phillip, got the first one, Rashad Davis, and then Jackson Smolik, a pair of them, and one right before the half to give you a 28-0 lead. And then, you go into halftime leading by that much, and it was one of those games where, first of all, obviously the field conditions and the playing conditions weren't the best with the cold and the wind. You guys persevered and quietly put a shutout on the board for the first half, and then defense just set up the offense so many times. You had great field position, but kids executed, and you can't ask more than that, especially in the last outdoor game of the year with all the weather conditions we were enduring.
Yeah, it wasn't very pleasant down there, but I thought our kids didn't let it bother them. They felt like they had a job to do, and that's kind of how we challenged them. And the big thing was a lot of things happen. How are you going to react? And the weather we can't control, and so how are you going to react? And they make a play, how are you going to react? And really, I thought our kids came to play and brought it to them all night.
Got paired field goals in the third quarter from Andrew Schumacher, and I know he's been gone a few times this year. He was off a few games, but well over 30 yards on both, so that's always good to see. And then how about Kerner hooking up with Dante Capitalo for a late touchdown early in the fourth quarter for your final score? You got a lot of kids in. It's good to see those second-teamers performing because you never know when the next man might be in.
Oh, that's for sure. And happy for Kerner. I think he's going to be a nice player before it's all said and done. And good to get Dante some more playing time and some throws in there. And he's continued to progress, and he's going to be a nice player too. So happy to get kids in. The running clock always prevents some of it, but it moved us on to the next round.
Well, it certainly did. And, defensively, Coach, they put you in pretty good field position at times throughout the game. And, you look at what happened. Nick Frericks gets a pair of interceptions. Now, I know he's been backing up Justice Williams at your free safety, but we talked to him on the postgame show and talk about a guy that's happier. Here's a junior playing in a game that, was in miserable conditions, and yet he gets a pair of picks from his safety spot.
Really not shocked by that. He's done a good job all year. Very heady, steady player. Has rotated in for us some. He's somebody that we trust a lot, and happy for Nick. And again, he's another one that I still think is going to be a really good player before it's all done.
Well, Coach, playing the Wolves for the second time this afternoon against Valley, you're going to do the same thing. But anything that was interesting as far as the game plan, because now you're playing two teams, Waukee Northwest last week, Valley this afternoon, that you've already faced in the regular season. So you don't have to kind of reinvent the playbook and your scouting report, so you got something on both teams.
Yeah, Northwest was a little different because we played them in week 2, and that's a long time ago now. And both teams had evolved, but yeah, there's obviously some of the same characteristics with Valley. We played them in week 8, and that seems like a long time ago now, but it really wasn't. And obviously they've had a couple of good wins along the way to get to this point, and so what it wouldn't be right if we didn't play them twice.
This is with head coach Tom Wilson before this afternoon's Class 5A semifinal game, Dowling and Valley, here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. This is Mark Amadale. We'll be back with more with head coach Tom Wilson. We'll talk about this afternoon's game, Dowling and Valley, coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Matt Wilkham, station manager for Iowa Catholic Radio. One of the best things I get to do is share the stories of those who are impacted by this apostolate. Like Melissa, who says, I listen to Iowa Catholic Radio and I always catch the most inspirational thing ever. It's always just the right thing at the right time. Melissa's story is just one of many. Would you consider a $30 a month sustaining gift? Donate now at iowacatholicradio.com. And be sure to remember us on Giving Tuesday, November 29th. Thank you for your support.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Listen to Man Up with Joe Stopulos Monday mornings at 9 on Iowa Catholic Radio and on demand at iowacatholicradio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
Radio, as this is Mark Amadale back with you and head coach Tom Wilson. It's the 5A semifinals in high school football, Dowling and Valley here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. And coach, not a surprise, the Valley Tigers, they've got 2 big road wins to get here. You've had some nice wins in the postseason to get here. And for the Maroons, first time back in a few years, losing last time Dowling was here to Ankeny, and what a game that was in the semifinals. Ankeny went on to win the state title. So it's been a while, and I think you mentioned on our postgame show with Johnny Chidle last week, only a handful of these guys have been up here.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. We got spoiled there for a while that we really never had to worry about the kids and their first time playing in the Dome and things like that. And now we do. And I took more time this past weekend as we were getting our game plan put together, really just to talk to our kids of what it's going to be like in every step of the way. And, hopefully they learn something from that. We do have a few veteran kids that have been a part of it. And, hopefully they've extended their knowledge about it. But we're very happy to be back, and I think this team certainly deserves it, and hopefully we play well.
Before we get into the nuts and bolts with Valley, Coach, we'll kind of mention some of those things. What I remember is the noise, and, of course, it gets very warm down there on the field. The kids are going from the miserable conditions we had last week when Dowling played Waukee Northwest outdoors to being indoors, great conditions, but it can get rather warm and rather noisy.
Certainly two of the things that we talked about them on Sunday. We've practiced, some with the noise and things like that. Hydration has been a part of our daily messages, and you're right. I mean, it's different. It's tough to communicate, and we're just going to have to go play.
All right. With the matchup with the Valley, you don't have to, reinvent the playbook because both teams played each other. As you mentioned, it was week 8, and here we are in what appears to be the semifinals. Your thoughts with the matchup with Valley? What did they present? What have they done different other than getting 2 big road wins to get here? Pleasant Valley beating them at their home field on the opening night, and then getting the win in the Dome last Friday night against Cedar Falls.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Coach Joensen and his staff have done a great job keeping that team together to get to this point. And, Pleasant Valley, that was their first loss of the year in that opening round versus Valley. So what they've done is they've got talent. Honestly, I think Aiden Price is as good as any wide receiver. Zay Robinson was kind of new. He was coming back from injury and played a couple games when we saw him the first time and had a couple of big catches versus us the first time. And, he's more of their game plan. The quarterback does a great job moving around with his feet, and they rotate a couple of running backs in there. So, obviously, they present some challenges just with their offense, and we're going to have to tackle really, really well to take care of them. And, their defense, I think, has played pretty well all year, and they've done a good job with the talent that they've had. And we were able to run the ball effectively against them the last time we played them. And obviously, I'm sure they'll make some adjustments to that as well.
And with Dowling, of course, we got the bad news about Hunter Crutchlow. He's out for the year with that broken fibula. He was that utility guy, according to your script. He's a guy that comes in there, does the dirty things, might get the ball once in a while, but he's a fullback, halfback, and he's going to be out. So talk about the young men that are going to replace him in their first games at that position. But what a year Hunter had. I just talked to him before practice this week, and he's got a great attitude towards the whole thing. Wanted to play this afternoon, but it's sorry to see him go down.
No question. Really proud of Hunter, to be honest with you. He's having an outstanding year for us. And you're right, he does a lot of the dirty work. And, CJ or Rashad in the running game or helping protect Jackson in the passing game, he's been a big part of what we've done. But, the nice thing about Hunter is that, and it's what I told him over the weekend once we got the news, is, you're one kid that I can say that honestly always left it on the field, and a big effort guy. Really proud of him and really what he's become. And so for that opens up opportunities for others. Will Leifker, who was a starter for us early in the year and then had broken his ankle against Waukee Northwest the first time, and he's back and he will play this afternoon. And then Ian Middleton will see a little bit more, just a freshman, but he's not your typical freshman. And so both those guys will play, and I think they'll do a good job. We'll certainly miss Hunter.
Well, Coach, finally, we want to give a shout-out to some of the folks that have provided some meals for this Dowling team. I know Thursday nights are a big pregame meal. You mentioned nutrition, but health and nutrition are important in what they eat. Joni from the Great Caterers of Iowa, Baradas, and, of course, Dairy Queen and Stevie Sarcone and his family all providing some of the meals. And I know that's a big part of behind the scenes that we don't talk about a whole lot, but it's very important to the program.
Yeah, and I'd like to add Cute into there because they often spoil us. But really, really appreciate their willingness to give back and to support our program, and so appreciate the parents and their work and helping put that together. But these businesses certainly make it happen, and it's our kids appreciate it. I know our coaches do, and just want to thank them and appreciate their willing to give, and we certainly enjoyed it.
Coach Wilson, best of luck this afternoon against Valley here in the semifinals, and we won't talk to you during the game or at halftime because of the rules they have for on the field, but best of luck. We hope to talk to you again next week.
All right, thank you.
Head Coach Tom Wilson's been my guest here on the pregame show. This is Mark Hamadale from the Unidome in Cedar Falls, and back with Coach Matt Maindring and John Scheidel as we continue our pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742, Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Deacon Dan Dombrowski from St. Francis of Assisi Church in West Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. Online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com.
And we're back here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Mark Hamadale, Matt Maindring, down a player as John Scheidel under the weather. He's back home. He said he's going to try to sync the television with the audio of our radio. Good luck.
Yeah, probably about a half a play off is my experience with some of that. So
half a play. Well, if you do it live, but if you time it right,
yeah,
I think you got to do it on the app,
right?
Because the app's about 20 seconds behind.
Yeah.
But you heard from Coach Wilson. He talked about some of the dynamics. One thing you got to give an advantage to, Valley played here last Friday. They're used to this noise and the dry so-called heat. for you and I, we feel great. We're in polo shirts. The players are, going to be a little warm.
Right.
And hydration and nutrition very important. But Valley's already went through this, so they got one up there.
They do. I was covering a class yesterday and talking to some of the kids, and they were talking about, we're going to have pickle juice or whatever else. I said, just stick with the Gatorade, okay? Just, go with what works.
Whatever works.
Whatever those old stories are, I'm not sure if they work or not. So
whatever works. I got a text from our Dowling historian during that Tom Wilson interview, and this is from Ted Power. And Ted,
he's got the new title.
Yeah, historian, Dowling historian.
Yeah.
He says, trivia question of the day, it's the 24th time Dowling and Valley have played twice in one season.
Wow.
To date, both teams have swept 8 times. Dowling wins, Dowling would be the 9th time. And 7 times they've split in their series going way back. So there you go.
Well, we don't want to even it up. We're not evening it up this time.
Matt, we got Valley fans listening too.
Oh,
just
okay.
So you know.
Yeah.
We have Valley fans listening too.
All right.
And a few of them have been on me since yesterday, and that
was
somebody in the softball program and their athletic director.
Well,
we go back and forth. I don't let up. So I bring it on.
And Mr. Maxwell, Dave Maxwell, the great principal over there at Valley, and I are friends, and it's it's a lot of fun, and that's the way rivalry should be, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, they should be fun, and both schools. The kids do get along for the most part, and it's just healthy. It makes it fun.
What I like is here earlier this morning for the the 1A games, the 2A game just got done, and talking to the media, he says, "Boy, 4 teams from Central Iowa in the finals. Says, got to love it. We have the best football. We have the best coaches.
Yeah.
Now we're going to try to settle it here."
We are, and it's fun to see the kids come. You have both pep bands here. You see Valley's across the way, and Dowling Catholic pep band down here below. And this is the high school atmosphere that you want, and this is what makes it a lot of fun for everybody.
Certainly does. Some updates here. Early this morning, I was here for the 1A matchup in Game 1 at 10 o'clock, and that was Van Meter rolling over West Branch. 48-17. Van Meter will go to the finals. They're 11-1. West Branch falls to 11-1. And then the game we just got done with, West Sioux of Haywarden defeating Underwood 47-7. So it'll be Van Meter and West Sioux for the 1A championship game, and that'll be next Friday at 4 o'clock. That'll preclude the 4A title game, which is a 7 o'clock game in Class 5A, rather, next Friday. Last night it was Lewis Central Council Bluffs defeating Carlisle, and Cedar Rapids Xavier defeating North Scott. So Lewis Central and Cedar Rapids Xavier, a rematch of last year's 4A state championship game. So those are some updates there. And Matt, while we got a moment, let's take a look at starting lineups. We'll start with Dowling. The Maroons come in with a record of 10-1. They've won 10 straight after dropping their opening game to Southeast Polk in Week 1. They're seeded number 1. Offensively, left tackle to right tackle, Kyle Rockers, Cade Batterton, Max Shelton at center, Nate Agos, and George Nahas. The offensive line for Dowling, that has not changed. Tight ends are Jalen Thompson and Danny Nielsen. This has changed. Now the utility. As Hunter Crutchlow is out, he broke his tibia last week's game with Waukee Northwest. Will Leifker, who's a tight end, but he's going to shift over to that utility back, and you'll see him. He's a big dude.
He's a big kid.
Will 6'3", 220. He makes you look small, man.
He does. That's tough to do.
And he and Ian Middleton, a 5'8", 205-pound freshman, will play that utility spot.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, Cooper Nicholson and Hank Brown are the flankers. Bo Gamble and Michael Reichart are the split ends. Running backs are C.J. Phillip and Rashad Davis. And a quarterback is Jackson Smolix. That's Dowling's offense. Defensively, Maroons in a 3-5 defense with Carson Hagan, Ralston Rumley, and Cody Hike as the front 3, and they have been tremendous all year. They're backed up by Peyton Johnson, Tony Fatino, and Tommy Keipel. Linebackers, Braden Pearson, Joe Hughes, Jimmy Wanick, Dylan Manning, and Matt Hanton. And we'll see some reserves in there. Jack Moore backs up Pearson, Gabe Reinhart backs up Hughes, Ben Hoover and Luca Scugliano back up Wanick. Noah Seamer and Dylan Manning, they'll actually share that Mike linebacker spot. And Vinny Bertinelli had the fumble recovery, block punt and fumble recovery He is the backup bandit linebacker to Matt Hanton. Corners are Jake Anderson and Jared Rickey. Jake Anderson was kind of a question mark. He got dinged up a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's got the start this afternoon, and Jared Rickey will be the other corner. And Justice Williams and Nick Frericks. Frericks with 2 interceptions last week against Waukee Northwest. They are the safeties. So that is the Dowling starting lineup. And before we go to break, let's get Valley's offense in there. The quarterback is Michael Provenza, 6-foot senior. Darius Mason and Damon Head will be the tailbacks. They'll share those. Xavion Robinson, Aiden Price, and Sammy Smines are the wide receivers. Tight end is Bryce Anderson for Valley. Left tackle to right tackle, Owen Westemeyer. Derek Ellens, the center is Spencer George. Right guard is Jacob Moeller, and Braylon Jenkins is the right tackle for the Valley Tigers. And defensively, they have 4 down linemen, Ryan Kennan, Correll Fountain, Jack Funt, and Namez Nahaba are the down linemen. Hutchinson, Theron Castle, Hunter Clark are the linebackers. Gage Olson, Isaiah Pinks the corners, and Cole Sonnenberg and Andrew Price. Aiden's younger brother is the free safety. So that's the starting lineups. We're going to send it back to the studios for our pregame prayer, along with a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, and we'll come back for kickoff. Dowling and Valley here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, along with Matt Maindring. I'm Mark Amadale, back with the kickoff in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School. Welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School football. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting football, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And welcome back to the Unidome in Cedar Falls. We're still awaiting the team's entrance, as we had a little bit of a delay due to the game that preceded this contest. But Dowling and Valley, the first of the Class 2 5A semifinals. Following this game, it'll be Johnston and Southeast Polk. And, Matt, all these games will be rematches of regular season games that have been held. Obviously, Southeast Polk defeated Johnston during the regular season, and Dowling defeated Valley during the regular season. But it's the important one now, second game, that moves on to the championship.
You throw it out the window, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference at this point. Everybody has, made some adjustments. Exactly a month ago that Valley and the Maroons met. And so both teams have made some adjustments. I know Valley has changed up their defensive front a little bit, and after our game, and so it'll be interesting to see as what the coaches took from that game and implemented over the last 4 weeks, and then see it play out here.
Well, the captains are meeting on the field, and for Valley, they have captains by the game. Right now, I see Chase Hutchinson, their outstanding linebacker, along with Ryan Kennan, their starting defensive end out there. And it looks like Valley will receive. Dowling deferred to the second half. And we also have the referees mic in our system, so we'll be picking that up. You hear a little stuff in the background. That'd be the referee's mic. But we're all set. Valley in their all-white uniforms, orange numbers, and the orange V on their helmet. Dowling in their maroon jerseys, white helmets, white pants. And the Maroons are the number 1 seed. And if they're successful, they'll be wearing the maroon next Friday night for the state finals. But tonight it's the semifinals. You know how that goes, Matt. You got to win one to get to the other, and this should be a dandy.
Yeah, this will be. And the Dowling offense has improved so much as the year went along, and you've seen the balance come back, and that was evident the last time they played. These two played each other. The thing from the last game that stood out to me coming away from it, though, was the line play and how the Maroons controlled the line of scrimmage, which I think created the need in Valley's mind to make some changes on their defensive front, and away we go.
Yeah, when you beat a team 35-3, you probably make some changes. Now, keep in mind, Valley's only lost once since they lost to Dowling, so they put it together and coming off 2 huge road wins at number 4 seed Pleasant Valley and defeating Cedar Falls right here last Friday night. So Dowling will kick off. It'll be Andrew Schumacher. As Dowling will go right to left here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, or east to west if you're following. They'll be kicking towards the McLeod Center, so to speak. And here we are, underway. Schumacher boots it back to the 1-yard line, picked up by Valley, and that's Price with it down the far sideline. And he's right out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line, so pretty good run back that time for the Valley Tigers.
They did. They blocked it up pretty well, and I believe Mr. Schumacher got in on the tackle there, as he is the safety. And it's been not the first time he's made the tackle on the opening kickoff.
He made one, I think it was at Waukee Northwest at midfield, and that sent shivers down everybody's spines. But
yeah.
Andrew's a hard hitter.
Yeah, he's not afraid to stick his nose in there.
Valley with the first down at their own 30 as we're underway. First series of the afternoon. Tigers go left to right. 3 receivers in a bunch to the right, and they give it to Mason, and he puts up pretty good yardage across the 35 up near the 37-yard line. Pick up a 7 as the Tigers ran left.
They did, and you know, Mason has run for 692 yards on the year, 8 touchdowns. Is a good threat. He's a good strong runner. And again, everything runs through Provenza, the quarterback. He's their second leading rusher, more touchdowns, and also has 1,100 yards in the air.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That's Xavion Robinson, split out wide left. The big tight end is Bryce Anderson. He goes to the right. Provenza give it to Mason, and he's hit and dropped. They're going to get forward progress up to the 39. Gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Tigers on their first series.
Dylan Manning, number 98, the 6'1", 180-pound junior sophomore comes in there and makes the stop, and makes it, going to be a yard short of the first down. Nice play by Dylan coming up in that linebacker position.
Mason has to go out for a play because his helmet came off after the play was over, so he sits out, and that'll bring in the...
And here they go Wildcat as Provenza steps out. He's in the receiver position.
Tigers under center with Price, and quarterback sneak, and he's got the first down right at the 40-yard line. That's Aiden Price, and he would have been the quarterback this year for Valley had Provenza not moved in from the East Coast and became an instant starter. So first down Valley from the 40-yard line.
They just get across. They take Aiden Price, who's just a tremendous athlete, the 6', 180-pound senior. He's their 3rd leading rusher. So, I mean, they've used him in multiple ways. And, they're always trying to get your best athlete to football when you can.
So first down Valley underway here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. First possession of the game. No score. Dowling and Valley. The winner will meet the Southeast Polk Johnson winner next Friday night at 7 o'clock here at the Unidome. Now Provenza letting the play clock wind down. It goes to 0, and they take it.
That was really, everything got quiet in here. It was just really weird. There was a strange feeling here in the dome. Everything was real quiet.
Oh, Valley takes a timeout.
Yeah.
So we will take them. You heard the referee in our mic rather. So we'll take a 1-minute break and return. 10:22 left to go first quarter. And no score, Valley and Dowling here in the 5A semifinals on Iowa Catholic Radio.
I feel like we're lost in this woods. And why is my boyfriend up in a tree?
It doesn't matter. Who could be against choice?
Depends on the choice. And what did you do with our compass?
What about the rights of my conscience?
Does your conscience recognize the right thing to do?
Watch. I'm choosing to prune the branch off this tree.
But it's the one you're sitting on. Ah! Choice is a means, not an end. Form your conscience to make good choices. You'll be glad you did. Looks like I need to choose a different boyfriend.
Ouch.
A message from
Iowa
Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org. Thank you for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Did you know when you support Iowa Catholic Radio, you can make your donation go farther by asking your employer about matching gifts? Ask your employer about matching gifts, and thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Back here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, out of the timeout by Valley. Tigers throw a lateral pass to Aiden Price. It's caught, but he loses 5 yards back to the 35-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 15, Matt, out of that.
Braden Pearson up on the stop, and here we got a quarterback draw to Provenza.
He is hit and dropped. Manning was in there, and also a defensive lineman had him by the ankles, and gain of 2 up to the 37, so it'll bring up 3rd and long for Valley.
And this is interesting. You know, Jimmy Wanek has been the guy that has really been the what I want to call the mirror guy or the shadow guy of the quarterback. They take him out in this 3rd and long situation. They run 3 guys in. They're really going with a pass coverage defense here, and we haven't seen this. We haven't seen this shift of guys out, so let's see how this works.
All right, 3rd down and 13 for Valley. Line of scrimmage is their own 37. Left to right they go. Back to throw Provenza. Steps up in the pocket. Fires downfield. Throws into double coverage. And he threw the ball over everybody's head. Incomplete. Xavion Robinson, the 6-foot sophomore, was the intended receiver running the go pattern on the far sideline. That is Valley's sideline across from us. Incomplete.
And he did have a step out there on the edge. And if the pass was just a little bit overthrown for Provenza, I think he threw it as far as he could. And just a little bit out of the reach of the receiver.
Dawson Stein in the punt for Valley. The Tiger long snapper is Owen Westemeyer, so Owen will move from left tackle to center for the long snap. Back deep for Dowling, Trey Wilson and Cooper Nicholson. Good snap. Ball's nice kick by the Tigers. Fair catch signal for by Dowling at the 25 by Cooper Nicholson. Dawson Stein with a tremendous kick, and Dowling's offense will take over 1st and 10 there, Matt.
This will be the first time now we get to see Jackson Smolik bring the offense onto the field. And for those of you that are listening for the first time or haven't paid attention to Dowling football very much, they have a 2-headed monster at running back between C.J. Phillip and Rashad Davis and Jackson Smolik chucking the ball all over the field.
We're going to start out with an empty backfield. And then their tailback, who was a wide receiver, that is C.J. Phillip, now goes behind quarterback Smolik. Back to throw. Smolik fires out. It's caught by Dowling, and a 1st down. That is Hank Brown. Down the far sideline he goes, still on his feet, and finally run out of bounds about the 35-yard line. You can hear the Dowling fans in front of us get all over that. And how about that as he got open, Hank Brown, and what a bullet by Smolik.
You couldn't have said it any better. That was a rocket ball off of Jackson Smolik's arm, and he just rifled it out there for the Maroons. And Hank Brown did a good job of cutting back, and good blocking by the receivers downfield allowed Hank Brown to extend that play for a big gain.
Gain of 37 yards and a Dowling 1st down. Smolik to Brown. Maroons in business in Valley territory. Handoff C.J. Phillip. And he breaks the tackle, gets across the line of scrimmage, and falls forward down to the 30-yard line. Gets that big push by Max Shelton, Cade Batterton, and Nate Eagles, the guards, and Nahas and Rockers, the tackles for Dowling.
Yeah, the pile was sitting there. C.J. Phillip churning his legs, and Cade Batterton said, "Here, let me help you a little bit." Knocked the pile forward about 2-3 yards, and nice gain on 1st down for the Maroons.
So bring up 2nd down and 4 for Dowling Catholic. Line of scrimmage, the 31 of Valley. Phillip again at 7. Maroons look to the near sideline as the Dowling fans in front of us here on the east side of the stadium. There's out of the shotgun, Smolik. The give is to C.J. Phillip. Dances around, finds a hole, still on his feet. He's got the 1st down inside the 25, down to the 21-yard line of Valley.
You know, C.J. Phillip has grown so much as a running back this year, and you could see his patience at the line of scrimmage right there, and then he shuffles through there, is patient with his feet, not exploding through there, waits for those blockers to engage at the 2nd level. You know, because so much of the zone read stuff or the zone offense is trying to get to that 2nd level, get the linebackers off, and C.J. Phillip waits.
And we
1st down.
We see Dowling tailbacks, Matt, to your point, C.J. Phillip and Rashad, they kind of dance around waiting. Is it A gap? Is it B gap? And then they find their spot and go.
Yeah.
Here's the snap on 1st and 10. Phillip again, right up the gut over left guard, left tackle, and gets down inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line. He'll pick up 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Maroons. And the Maroons getting tremendous offensive line play as they started off in that 16-play drive against Northwest last week in the cold and rain.
Picking up right where they left off there, running the football, and you get behind Kyle Rockers, his 6'3", 265-pound frame, and Cade Batterton, 265 pounds. They've been handling things on that left side, and you put Jalen Pettis or Jalen Thompson next to him.
All right, runs three receivers left side, right side, and here's C.J. Phillip down inside the 5, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 2. Gain of 14 yards, and it'll be first and goal at the 2 for Dowling. And Phillip, he made that look so easy as he turned the corner.
He did. He got around the edge there again to the left side, run behind Thompson. They get the seal on that short side of the field. We were talking about that last week, how sometimes they'll count the numbers, they'll see the short side of the field. They sealed it off. C.J. Phillip gets to the pylon, and Cole Sonnenberg gets the stop for the Tigers.
Bo Gamble split out wide right, pistol formation in the backfield. Leifker now tight end on the left side. They go with 2 tight ends. Handoff goes to C.J. Phillip, turns the corner, and he's tripped up right about the 1-yard line for a gain of 1. They'll bring up second and goal from the 1. Nice job by the Valley defense as they unpile.
Yeah, Theron Castle came in there on that play and got low enough underneath and was able to leverage his way in there to stop up C.J. Phillip from getting across the goal line. So I think the ball is placed right at the 1-yard line.
Bruins now taking time on the play clock. As the winner moves on to next Friday night, the state championship game. Dowling's there. We'll be covering it here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Here is Smolik, play action fake, spins out of a tackle, touchdown. Jackson Smolik, quarterback keeper, faked it to C.J. Phillip going to the right side, and he spun into the end zone over left guard and tackle, and Dowling strikes first.
One of the plays that we have not seen very often down here at the goal line is a Jackson Smolik keep. And right there, that play action worked out perfect for him. He does that read option again, right behind Rockers, Batterton, into the end zone.
Dowling with the extra point. Andrew Schumacher, the senior kicker, the hold by Jepson. And the ball is down. Good snap, and the kick is good. 7-0. Dowling Catholic striking first here in the first quarter. Dowling leading Valley 7-0. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter from the Unidome in Cedar Falls, the 5A semifinals of high school football. We'll be back on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from businesses and organizations who share in the mission of connecting listeners to Christ while connecting you to their products and services they provide. To learn more and support the businesses and organizations who support the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, visit iowacatholicradio.com to view our business sponsors. If you would like more information on how your business or organization can become a business sponsor, contact Deacon Marr 515-223-1150, 515-223-1150.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Julie White from Christ the King Parish in Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Back here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Dowling going 7 plays, 75 yards, capped off by Jackson Smolik on a quarterback run from 1 yard out with 5:59 left to go here in the first quarter. Dowling 7 and the Valley Tigers nothing. And also want to give a shout out to the Dowling girls swim team. They're in Marshalltown today. Action got underway, Matt, this morning at 11 o'clock with preliminaries. Diving began tonight around 5 o'clock, or will begin tonight at 5 o'clock. Keep from it.
It's early.
It's
early.
I think it's 7 o'clock. It's 4:21 right now, man. I got to remember that. So diving events going to get underway at 5 in Marshalltown. Best of luck to Dowling girls swim team. The finals tomorrow beginning at noon in Marshalltown.
Coach Uri has done a great job with the kids this year, and we had a little clap out for them yesterday. Just excited to go watch them. Hopefully get up there tomorrow at noon and watch them in the finals, and good luck to the divers who are competing for their title tonight and then the team title tomorrow afternoon.
And, of course, we're down a voice here on Iowa Catholic Radio today. John Chido back home, a little under the weather. Didn't sound the best. He had a real deep radio voice, though.
He did.
That's all changed. Kickoff by Schumacher, and no, it doesn't get inside the pylon. Out of bounds at the 5, so Valley will start 1st and 10 on the penalty. 1st and 10 for the Tigers on their own 35-yard line. Matt, the first 2 series, both teams have had the ball each. Dowling went on a 7-play, 75-yard drive. Valley, they got 1 first down in their opening series.
The late Coach Williams, his legacy lives on through that first drive, doesn't it? I mean,
wow.
Coach Williams would have been proud of that drive that Dowling just had and the offensive line play that they executed there moving down the field. And now it's time for, Valley's looking for an answer. They got to come back here and answer the opening shot.
Well, Hank Brown with a 37-yard reception on that first play of the drive, and after that it was all running plays. The final 6 possessions, 6 snaps were all running plays by either Phillip or Smolik, and now Valley on first down. Toss play to their tailback, and getting outside, that's Darius Mason. He gets up to about the 40-yard line from the 35, gain of 5.
Yeah, gain of 5. Nice run there. Owen Westenmeyer and Derek Ellens there sealed things off as they do that little toss to Mason around the left edge towards the opposite side of the field numbers and gets a nice 5-yard gain for the Tigers.
Valley going left to right. They're all white uniform. Back to throw is Provenza. Rolls to his right. Now wants to run and didn't step out of bounds. It was wrapped up and thrown down. Officials get that all under control. Veteran crew. We see them all out in Central Iowa, and why not? Dave Rittman and his crew do a tremendous job. Dave is the referee. Umpires George Harwood. Brian Orocco is the line judge. Chris Scott, the line judge. Brian Orocco is a linesman. And Grant Cattell is the back judge. Congratulations to them and all the officials here being graded out to their assigned classes. 8-player all the way up to the large school, and Ritt's one of the top flight guys. We'll see him in basketball too, Matt. So a good crew here. They'll keep things under control.
Yes.
They'll do a lot of talking to the players before flags get out there. All right, Provenza running for his life, hits the play, and a penalty flag down, and so is the Valley receiver. Pass went incomplete, but he took a hit and a shot that time, and we're getting an unsportsmanlike conduct call against Dowling and Joe Hughes.
Yeah, or Jared Rickey, one of the two.
One of the two, yeah.
And the receiver, went up in the air to get the ball. The ball was overthrown, and the maroon defender hits him when he's in the air. Kind of one of those defenseless receiver things on the ball that was overthrown.
Now the officials are talking. They're going to make sure it's going to be a penalty, but it's
Dowling Catholic, number 9. Illegal helmet contact. That 15-yard penalty being added to the end of the run. First down.
That'll
number
be on
3, helmet came off, may remain in the game due to the foul.
That is Rickey.
That
got caught. Jared Rickey. And that was close. That that was a borderline ejection, if you will. But the intended receiver that time was Xavion Robinson, and he took a lick from.
He took a lick, and it wasn't a shot. He went up to his shoulder. They showed the replay on TV, and he hit his head more when he hit the ground. But it was still, it's a little late. And Provenza, for his strength is when he gets outside the pocket is running, and throwing on the run is a little bit more. That's what you want him to do, is have to throw on the run.
Penalty puts it down to the 38-yard line of Dowling with the unsportsmanlike penalty. And on first down, Provenza, the Valley quarterback, rolls to his right. Nobody open. I think he wanted to try to throw it to one of the back blocking.
Yeah.
And almost hit a lineman in the backfield, but it's incomplete with the pass.
I see Coach Jack a little animated down there. I think they, they had blockers downfield. And when that ball was released, and the lineman's down the field, but that Dowling read that play, and it was supposed to be a little screen pass to the running back, and snuffed it out.
All right, here's the snap. Provenza on a toss play and going in motion. That was Aiden Price. Can't get the corner turn, now does, and gets downfield inside the 35, down near the 32-yard line. So made something out of nothing, a 6-yard gain, but looked like a 2-yard loss at one point.
It did. Carson Hagan had him, stretch that play out and pushed Aiden deep. But Aiden Price, such a heck of an athlete, and he was able to get around the edge there and create some extra yardage for himself. And again, good hustle by the line from Dowling Catholic running down there and getting the play. And so creates a 3rd and manageable for the Tigers.
3rd and 3. For Valley at the Dowling 31, they spot Price down. High snap, they give to Mason. Oh, no, the Provenza will keep it, follows Mason, and he picks up the first down to about the 27-yard line, gain of 4. Well-designed play for Valley. Thought Mason had the ball, and he kind of pulled back, did Provenza, after he handed it off to him, and then kept it and fouled him.
He did. He just followed him up to, in the old wishbone thing, you just call that a midline play, where you fake it to the dive back and follow him up the hole, and that's what Provenza did. he's just a heady quarterback back there, and is a danger when he's got the ball in his hands out in space.
Well, this penalty has given the Valley offense new life. Went from their own 40. It would have been 2nd and 10 with the penalty. Moved the ball to the Dowling 38. Now here they are at the Dowling 28, where it's 1st and 10. Toss play right side, and that is the tailback, and going nowhere is Darius Mason. He was tripped up as the toss play right that time, went outside, and the Maroons trip him up, and a nice tackle by Jake Anderson.
Yeah, Jake Anderson was able. You talk about a shoestring tackle. He actually tackled the shoe off of Mason, and Mason's trying to push it back on his foot right now in the field. So a great play there by Jake Anderson from his corner position to come up and get a shoestring tackle on a tough running back.
Gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for Valley. 3 receivers left in a bunch formation, 1 to the right. Provenza. And the give is to Mason. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 15 down to about the 11-yard line. Great run by Darius right over the A gap on the right guard.
He did. Nice strong run up the middle there, and they were able to create a little seam for him in there, and Noah Seamer was the one who was able to get him around the legs and make the tackle. But a nice, well-designed play there by the Tigers, taking advantage of the gap in the Maroon defense. 1st down, Valley. 14-yard run by Darius Mason, 5'11", 230-pound sophomore. Here's Provenza. Give us to Mason again. Still on his feet, tripped up, and he stumbles across the 5 down to the 4-yard line and maybe more. And the Tigers are getting offensive line play from their right guard and their center position, Matt. Yes, they are.
That's Jacob Moeller, the right guard. The center is Spencer George, and Derek Ellens, the left guard. And they're opening up some holes there.
They found something here with Mason going off the between the guard and the tackle, and creating a little space there for him on both sides. And they ran the same play the opposite direction the last time, and getting right down to the goal line now.
2nd and 2 for Valley. They can get a 1st down at the 1. Here's the snap to Price. The Wildcat. He stood up and dropped back inside the 5-yard line. Forward progress they're going to give him at the line of scrimmage before he was stacked up.
There they ran that Wildcat play again, bringing Aiden Price back in there and taking the snap, and the Maroons were having none of it as Rumley shot through there first, and then it was Carson Hagan being able to get in there and make the stop for the Maroons.
So Price will lose 2 yards on the play. Ball spotted back to the Dowling 5-yard line. 7-0 Dowling. Minute 20 remaining, 1st quarter. First game of the Class 5A semifinals, Dowling and Valley. 7-0 Maroons. And now an inside handoff to Price. And a nice move by Provenza. And Price gets down inside the 5 to look like a little counter play.
And the thing about it is Valley can get a 1st down here. So they can get a 1st down somewhere between the 2 and the 1-yard line. This is going to create a 4th and a short 2, long 1 for the Tigers. And you got to expect they're going to go for it. And here they come. Aiden Price was almost like a double reverse there. So they were going to do the toss play, and then they got Aiden Price coming back across the formation, and Provenza hands it off to him.
This will be the 10th play of the drive. It started back at the 35-yard line, and a timeout called by Valley. So we'll keep it here with 31 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter. Dowling 7, Valley nothing. Timeout Valley Tigers as they have a 4th and 2 at the 3-yard line. This afternoon's game brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates. I want to thank them for supporting our broadcast all season long. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandring, and pretty quiet press box. Got this guy next to us again. He's got more tools available to him than you and I.
I know it. It'd be fun to take that huddle and watch the replays.
He sits out here because there's no room in the press box. Well, when you have 25 coaches in an 8x8 box, I mean there is no room. But he gets the one to sit next to us. So
I want to take a moment. I think in between the quarters here, they're going to recognize a veteran from each school, and Dowling Catholic is going to recognize Mike Rolfe, our German teacher, for his service. And he's been teaching German a long time. We were talking this morning, and he graduated from UNI, went into the service after that, and then came back and became a teacher at Dowling, and hasn't left since.
That is tremendous, and he'll be recognized as they do on Veterans Day.
Yes.
Happy Veterans Day, everybody. All right, Valley going for it. 4th and 2 from the 3-yard line. Yes, they can get a first down. Provenza at quarterback. One back in the backfield. It's Mason. They give it to him. He stuffed the line of scrimmage. He didn't get in. Didn't get in, and Dowling will take over. They stuff him. Unbelievable. We're going to watch the replay. There's a lot of maroon jerseys on the bottom of that pile, Matt.
They went into the teeth of that defense, and they were not moving Rumley, not moving them, and Hagan and everybody else. And, you know, you see the Dowling defense on the replay got the leverage. And, you know, when you get in those situations, you go into that goal line formation, you talk about leverage and you want to get low. And it also helps to have two really good wrestlers in that front line with Hagan and Rumley.
That's true. And they were at the bottom of the pile, Joe Hughes there. So it's 1st and 10 Dowling. They'll start at their own 3-yard line. So dangerous territory with 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. Out of the shotgun and in the end zone, Smolik with 2 receivers. And now penalty flag down. We might have procedure against the Maroons. We'll see.
Well, one thing about it here, not much of a punishment. 1.5 yards.
We'll see what Dave Rittman, our official, you'll hear in his call.
False start, offense, number 50. At 5-yard penalty.
We'll get Dowling's Nate Agos, the right guard.
Right guard. And, you know, Valley's sitting here right now thinking we got a chance here. The ball is marked at the 1-yard line. You know, you can get a negative play here, get a safety, and get the ball back. This is a big stand for their defense as well.
So the ball moved back to the 1.5 yard line, if you will. As half the distance is the 1.5 yard line from the 3-yard line. And now play being held up right now. 24 seconds to go in the quarter.
We're going to reset the clock as you see Jackson Smolik and Rashad Davis in the backfield there waiting for everything to get set here. And so they're resetting the game clock as well. So there's 25 on both, so you have to run a play here.
All right, Smolik out of the end zone. He'll move Leifker over to the tight end on the right. One receiver on each side of the formation, 2 tight ends, and the give up the middle is to the Dowling tailback, and that's Rashad Davis to the 5-yard line for a gain of 4.
Strong run there by Rashad Davis, and I'm sure the coaches remind him as he's going out there, no dancing on this one. You know, you just gotta run ahead, and the kid's got great feet and is able to get sideways in a hurry and gets the first down.
And that'll be the final play of the first quarter as we've come to the end of the first quarter here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Dowling leading Valley 7-0. Maroons will have a second down from their 5-yard line when we begin the second quarter. Again, the winner of Dowling Valley meets the winner of Game 2, and that'll start about 7 o'clock tonight. Johnston and Southeast Polk, who is the defending state champion. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by CTO. Your support has helped thousands of students attend our Catholic schools. CTOiowa.org. At CTO, the bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Have you downloaded the Iowa Catholic Radio app? It's easy through the Apple App Store on iPhone or through Google Play on Android. Search Iowa Catholic Radio and download the app. You can listen to Iowa Catholic Radio Talk or Iowa Catholic Radio Music. Listening to Iowa Catholic Radio is easy.
And we're back here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls alongside Matt Maindring. I'm Mark Amadale. Johnny Chido under the weather tonight, resting at home, listening and watching. I don't know how he's got that set up, but I'm sure Johnny will do that. And Matt, they just recognized one of the Dowling teachers here on Veterans Day.
Yeah, Mike Rolfe, again, who's been with us, I can't even remember how many years now. He's been with us a long time. I want to say over 20 years he's been teaching.
Teaches German.
Very, just a solid teacher in the classroom. Does a great job. I want to use the word unassuming because he's just so quiet behind the scenes. That does so much for our kids at Dowling and everything else. And I didn't catch the name of the Valley young man who's getting recognized as well, but congratulations to both of them as they're getting recognized here on Veterans Day.
And rightly so. They do that. I noticed that in this morning's game. They had a teacher from each school represented, and then later on they had other recognitions between quarters as we go to the second quarter with Dowling leading 7-0. And I know we've got these live stats. Not that we don't appreciate what our
Mr. Seifert,
Jared does for us at halftime, but total yardage right now, Dowling with 40 yards of total offense, Valley with 51 yards. I'm sorry, Dowling with 78 yards of total offense, Valley with 55 yards. Maroons have 40 yards on the ground, 38 yards in the air, and Valley 51 yards on the ground and 4 yards in the air. So we'll go through some individual numbers as we get a moment. But there's Dowling now with the ball, 2nd and 8. Maroons put a man in motion. Smolik out of his own end zone. Dowling from the 5-yard line. We start the second quarter, first play. And this is Smolik. He'll keep the football, and he dives forward and just tripped up shy of the 10-yard line, shy of the first down. Jackson Smolik. Haven't seen that a lot out of Jackson.
No.
That was part of the game plan this week. That was one where he just hand off to Rashad Davis. That time he faked the handoff and tried to get Valley in napping.
Yeah, Carell Fountain was the guy that was able to chase him down. The 6', 265-pound senior was able to corral Jackson Smolik in just 3 yards short of the first down.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 3 for Dowling. Line of scrimmage, their own 9-yard line. Dowling 7, Valley nothing. Unidome here in Cedar Falls. Temperature controlled climate, 72 degrees indoors here, and a beautiful day indoors. Back to throw, Smolik being chased, and now sack. Sack back at the 5-yard line. The Tigers get him, and that was Hunter Clark, their outstanding linebacker, making the stop, and it'll bring up 4th down for the Maroons from their own 5.
Yeah, he was mirroring Jackson there and came up and laid a big lick on him as Jackson stepped up in the pocket and hesitated for just a second, was going to go, and then he laid a really nice hit on him. Hunter Clark did, and stopped him in his spot, and the Maroons will have to punt.
That is only the 4th sack this season for the Dowling offensive line that they've given up. So in comes Cooper Nicholson. He'll stand back near the end of the end zone. Good snap, punts away, gets it to turnover, high end over end kick, and it's fielded by Valley at the 45 of Dowling, and he's hit and dropped right as he caught it for the Valley return. And that was Tristan Irvin, and it'll be 1st and 10. Valley from the Dowling 45, so pretty good field position for the Tigers.
Yeah, Vinny Bertinoli and Kenny James in there on the stop, and Kenny James gets the credit for the tackle there, and nice coverage for the Maroons on that play, allowing no yards after the catch.
This afternoon's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. First and 10, Valley. 10:25 to go, second quarter. Back to throw, Provenza. Now wants to run, and he threw it away.
Yeah, Ralston Rumley there was able to get through and make Provenza retreat and throw it on the run, running backwards, which is a tough play and for him as he's going to the narrow side of the field. Good coverage downfield by the Maroons as well.
The Maroons had everything taken care of. They were going to throw the outlet pass, a lateral pass to the right, and then 2 receivers downfield were covered, and Provenza had to unleash it. So 2nd and 10, Valley from the Dowling 45-yard line. Maroons lead at 7-0. Inside handoff, Mason, and he scoots forward inside the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. So he'll pick up 7 yards and bring up 3rd and 3 for the Tigers from the Dowling 38.
Yeah, nice run in there again for Mason. Right now, Valley's looking at it as the way that when Valley goes trips to the left or trips to one side and single to the other, they feel like they have numbers inside the box as the Maroons are leaving 4 up front, the linebacker in the middle, and they have a numbers game inside in that formation, and Valley's been taking advantage of it.
All right, Tigers send out 2 receivers to the left. One of them is Noah Craycraft. Back to throw is Provenza. Rolls to his left, fires to the near side, and the ball is out of bounds at the pylon, incomplete at the goal line. And he threw into double coverage there as the Maroons had that play well defended. Aiden Price, the intended receiver for the Tigers.
They did. They had that well covered, and Provenza rolling to his left to the wide side of the field. You know, it's a tough throw for the right-handed quarterback to make, and on the run especially. And right now, Valley's looking at a 4th and 4 and are looking at going for it here. Or they're going to let the clock run out. I think, one of the things you can see Valley coming into they're trying to shorten the game. They are taking a lot of time off the clock. They want this game to be a little bit shorter.
And they will either take a timeout or delay. We'll see.
Clock's at 0. They're going to take the delay.
Nope, took timeout, so teams back to their respective sideline.
They took the penalty.
Oh, okay, now they're going to put the punt team and punt return team on.
Yep.
Okay, so penalty against Valley. You're right, Matt. That's the second time they've let the clock wind down. They did it earlier when they were goal to goal and they didn't get anything out of it. So the penalty against the Tigers moves the ball back to the Dowling 43-yard line.
That was a big stop defensively for the Maroons as they're trying to flip the field. Valley's making the right decision and punting here, keeping the Maroons back down inside the 20.
Dawson Stein in the punt. Good punt. Fielded by Dowling at the Cooper Nicholson right at the 14-yard line. That's the Maroons. Will be 1st and 10 with 9:28 to play here in the second quarter. 7-0 Dowling Catholic. Mark Hamadale, Matt Maindry here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. And we got a media timeout. We'll take one with them. 7-0 Dowling. Back after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
So, why has the Catholic Church done so many bad things?
If your math teacher illustrated that 2 + 2 is 4 by forcing each student to drink 4 gallons of milk, it doesn't mean that the math is wrong when you throw up. Was the teacher abusing his authority and wounding with the truth instead of healing? Probably, but what he taught was still true and still good. So the church offers and teaches only what is true and good, even if the sinners within the church don't live it out. And coming to that, even if we haven't thrown the whole church into scandal, we are all still sinners. So maybe the more appropriate question is, how is the Catholic Church still good when I've done so many bad things? Since we're all one body in Christ, our sin affects everyone and can even lead others to sin. Lucky for us, Christ came to save us from our sin and gave us the church to do it. So let's stop sinning and be the church to others. For more Young Catholic Minutes, go to youngcatholicminute.com.
And welcome back to the Unidome here in Cedar Falls. Mark Hamadale, Matt Maindring. Jimmy Olsen on the board back at Iowa Catholic Radio. He'll be relieved. Yes, we're going to go to the bullpen later in this contest and bring in Jeff Piggott. As media timeout called, Dowling will have a 1st and 10. As the ball is on the 13-yard line with the fair catch.
The third time the Maroons have the football here. In the second series, they were backed up against the goal line, which really limits your offense. Here they kind of have the full book in front of them. So now it's going to be interesting to see what they push the buttons on next.
All right, Dowling with 3 receivers right, and they hand off right up the gut. And crashing through there across the 15, up near the 17-yard line is C.J. Phillip as he and Rashad Davis interchange. That was Rashad?
That was Rashad Davis in there. So Rashad gets up in there and nice strong run over that left edge, and that one was between Shelton and Batterton on the left side up the A gap, and nice run there by him. And I believe now we have Ian Middleton, Cam Middleton, if you remember, his little brother, freshman. Number 45 is in there for the Maroons.
Yes, he is. He plays that utility back, 5'8", 205. Now he moves to the right side. Smolik out of the shotgun. 2nd and 6 Dowling. Here's a handoff, and this is this is Rashad Davis. Penalty flag down, and Rashad goes down right at the 21-yard line. He'll gain 8, but this may be coming back.
Yeah, we got laundry on the field in that spot where you would anticipate a holding call.
And Maroons they're going to get George Nahas on the hold. So they'll move the ball back 10 yards from the spot of where that it happened at.
The one thing is Dowling has improved as the year has went on is being able to keep themselves out of these situations where they're behind the sticks on 2nd down. And so here you have a 2nd and 14, and working out of it here, but again, you have Jackson Smolik leading the offense, a kid who's made a lot of great decisions all year long, and so you trust his experience here deep in Valley territory, or deep in Dowling territory.
So the ball pushed back to the 9-yard line. Back to throw is Smolik. Fires the ball downfield. It's caught, and out of bounds is the receiver with the catch, Bo Gamble, as he stepped right in front of the Valley defender, Gage Olson, on the reception.
Yeah, Bo Gamble running about a 13-yard out there, and a good play by the Valley defender, Gage Olson, to come up and make the stop a yard short of the first down. So 3rd and short, inside at the 22-yard line here for the Maroons.
Gamble split out wide to the left, Cooper Nicholson wide to the right. Maroons using 2 tight ends, 1 back in the backfield.
Yeah,
now they're going to get Valley penetrating the neutral zone there,
yep.
Matt.
Yeah, a shift, and all of a sudden then the nose guard jumped, crossed the line, and they get the first down the easy way for the Maroons. Both teams now have traded a first down on penalty. And so the Maroons take over here now again, the first and 10 from the 27.
And Dowling will use that 3-receiver set, Matt, to the left. They'll send Cooper Nicholson in motion left to right, 1 back in the backfield, and 2 tight ends. Here's the snap. Play action fake. Smolik looking right. He's got a man open. That's Cooper Nicholson, and he just overthrew him at the Valley 30-yard line. He had a step on the defender, and that was Josh Brown.
Boy, he did too, and he little stutter step, and Cooper Nicholson just got a set of wheels and ran by him. And on that play, we got, let's see here, someone had their helmet. Frelick had his helmet come off, but then I believe Agos will go back in for him. But just a step, the ball was a step away from Cooper Nicholson.
He got behind the defender, but the ball was a little overthrown by Jackson Smolik.
So the coach is dialed up, taking a shot there on 1st and 10, and here they come back now for 2nd and 10.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right for Dowling Catholic. Timeout called by Dowling. We'll take a 1-minute break. 7:49 left to go here in the first half. From the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Dowling 7 and the Valley Tigers nothing on Iowa Catholic Radio.
The permanent diaconate is an ancient and sacred ministry of service dating back to the time of the apostles. Deacons are ministers of charity, the word, and the altar. The church welcomes faithful to ask themselves if they're being called by God to serve the church through this commitment to holy orders. Men interested in learning about the role of deacons in the Diocese of Des Moines are invited to attend an informational meeting, which will include the requirements for admission into the deacon formation program and an explanation of the ongoing process of discernment to the diaconate. Email deacondemoines@gmail.com for dates and locations. A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
This is Dr. Stephanie Mohan from St. Francis of Assisi Parish in West Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Back here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Timeout called by Dowling. So the Maroons have 1 timeout, or 2 timeouts remaining. Valley with 1 timeout. 7:49 to go here in the second quarter. Dowling leading 7-0. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring this afternoon as we interrupt program on Iowa Catholic Radio. 3rd and 1. Handoff goes to Rashad Davis, and he spins out of it. He's got the first down and more across the 40 up to the 44-yard line. Big run that time for the Maroons of 16 yards on a first down.
And a really good job of covering up the football there for Rashad Davis, because the defender from Valley was really tackling the football there at the end, and he does a really good job of getting it there. Josh Brown saves the play, but Valley was coming with a blitz off the wide side of the field and sent a guy, and he didn't get there in time as Rashad Davis shot through the line of scrimmage on the right side of the line.
1st and 10, Dowling. And here's Rashad Davis, near side, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and pushed back as forward progress to the 45-yard line.
Big number 76, Ramez Neba, the 6'2", 310-pound junior, wrapped up Rashad, and he was not getting out of his grasp once he made contact with him. A nice tackle.
1 yard gain brings up second down and 9 for Dowling. Maroons will break the huddle. One receiver to the left, that's Cooper Nicholson. One to the right, that's Bo Gamble. Tight end, Jalen Thompson on the left side. And pistol formation with Middleton at fullback. Play action fake. Smolik looks left, throws left, and it's caught. Cooper Nicholson gets outside the numbers.
He's
down
gonna
the
go.
far sideline, slips a tackle inside the 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
He's
Cooper
gonna get
Nicholson,
there, yep.
45 yards, and no penalty flags,
penalty.
Matt. Touchdown Dowling, and Nicholson outdid everything with two defenders on him. And we'll watch the replay here.
You go back, and what sets that play up was the go route that he ran on 1st and 10 a few plays ago, where they run Cooper Nicholson and just turn him loose. Well, here he stops on a dime at a 12-yard out, and Smolik just throws a bullet to him, and he's able to shake the one defender, tiptoe down the sideline, and take it to the end zone.
Extra point attempt by Andrew Schumacher. Jepson the hold, and Hagan the snap. The extra point is good. Dowling 14, Valley nothing. 6:26 to go here in the second quarter from Unidome in Cedar Falls. Alongside Matt Mainring, I'm Mark Amadale, and you're listening to Class 5A playoff semifinals from the Unidome here in Cedar Falls, Iowa, on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio business underwriters provide people with the opportunity to hear the Word of God and grow in their faith each and every day. Our business supporters have helped expand our network, connecting more listeners to Christ. Would your business or organization like to share in this mission? If you own or manage a business, we would like to talk to you about how you can make a positive impact in the state of Iowa and beyond. To learn more about becoming an Iowa Catholic Radio underwriter, contact Deacon Mark 515-223-1150 or visit iowacatholicradio.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Iowa Catholic Radio is now available on your smart speaker. Step 1, say,
Alexa, enable the Iowa Catholic Radio skill.
Or enable it through your Alexa app. Step 2, say,
Alexa, open Iowa Catholic Radio.
Now enjoy listening to Iowa Catholic Radio through your smart speaker.
And we're back here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls on the kickoff. Valley on the return, and they return it to the right, across the 25 and up across the 27-yard line is where Xavier Robinson takes it for the Tigers. That's where Valley will start, 1st and 10 from right around their own 27-yard line. But Matt, Dowling, 7 plays, 87 yards, capped off by a Cooper Nicholson 55-yard touchdown reception from quarterback Jackson Smolik. And Nicholson, actually, it was about a 10-yard catch, but Nicholson did the rest on his own, slipping to the Valley defenders.
He did. He creates such an impossible task for a defender. They had to give him the cushion on the out pattern, and it's not too many quarterbacks that can throw that football. That's a long throw for Jackson Smolik, and to throw that in the time that he did, and good execution by the Maroons.
All right, here's a little swing pass to the left. It's caught by the Tigers as line of scrimmage.
We're going to call a late hit here as Aiden Price gets knocked out of bounds right on the sideline. So they had 15 yards on to this.
Line of scrimmage was a 28-yard line. Gets knocked out of bounds right about the 34-yard line.
No, they picked it up. Oh, no, they did not.
On the defense, number 9, late hit out of bounds. 50.
That's second one on Jared Rickey, his second personal foul of the game.
And it's, they probably won't show the replay here, but they are. And so, he's running down the sideline, and his 1 foot was out of bounds. They're going to protect kids a little bit, and they're going to give him that.
Yeah, Nick Frericks actually the one that hit him. They may have got the wrong number.
Yeah.
As gave him that hit while he was on the boundary, the white line. So Valley with the first down.
And so, Valley offense aided by another personal foul penalty by the Maroons, and here they are at midfield.
At the 49-yard line, back to throw. Provenza looking downfield, nobody to throw to. He's going to be sacked. Sacked back at the 47-yard line, maybe the 48, and that'll bring up second down and long.
And for those of you watching, you can see some of this and listening to both, but that was a double leg takedown there by Carson Hagen.
Now we got the wrestling moves going.
Yeah, he was able to get the takedown. It's funny to watch this wrap him up here, but Carson Hagen did a really good job of keeping himself in position and not running too far upfield and letting Provenza get his legs going.
All right, I'll bring up 2nd and 11 for Valley out of the shotgun. Provenza just wants to go between the tackles. Well, goes left, finds no room, and he's hit and dropped back at the, well, they're going to call it the 47-yard line, maybe the 48 of Dowling. So Provenza, he makes something out of nothing. Michael went left, ran into a wall, and then kind of did what Rashad Davis and C.J. Phillip does, kind of search. Oh, found a hole in the right guard, right tackle, and that's where he went.
I think we got a flag on the field.
Yeah, it's right on the
right
the
on
gold
the
of the UNI. Yeah. That's going to get Valley on the hold. And that's Spencer George, their starting center, 6'1", 230-pound senior with the hold.
Yeah, I think he tackled the defender on this one. Oh, there he gets his arm around him. And, this is such a back and forth. Provenza is such a threat when he gets out in space, and he did a really good job there of creating some space for himself and getting some positive yards.
Yeah, he certainly did.
And then gets backed up.
Move the ball back to the Tiger 40-yard line. Provenza back to throw. 3 receivers to the right. Now he sets up the screen. It's caught. Mason with it. Across the 45, angling out of bounds. He's run out of bounds at midfield. So the Tigers pick up 10 yards. And they're going to be, 3rd and about 9 coming up for Valley.
And you could see when the front 3 got through as easy as they did, you could see that they were going to get it out there and throw a screenplay. And Damon Head for Valley makes a nice catch and run and was set up very well by Provenza and getting the yards back from the penalty.
It was not Mason. You corrected me, Matt. Damon Head, the backup running back for Valley, 5'10", 160-pound junior, who backs up Darius Mason, the 230-pound sophomore. Their tailbacks are back next year, too.
I took advantage of the video, Mark. I ain't going to kid you.
I don't blame you. Provenza back to throw, looks left, fires it left. It's caught. That's Price with it. Gets outside the numbers, down the near sideline. They won't get him. Aiden Price on a beautiful pass from Provenza. Touchdown Valley from 50 yards out. That ball was laid nicely in the left flat about 5 yards downfield, and Aiden Price, a la Cooper Nicholson, looked upfield, and he had no one that could outrun him.
There was no one there, and there had to be a breakdown in coverage as the only person out there was Jimmy Wanek chasing him from the backside. They had cleared things out, and the only person there was Jimmy, and that's a race he is not going to win with Aiden Price.
So Price on a 50-yard reception has put Valley on the board. 14-6, now pending the extra point by Rico Alvarenza. And the extra point is up and good. So it's 14-7, Dowling Catholic leading Valley. 5:04 left to go here in the first half from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. We'll return after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Al Cresta from Cresta in the Afternoon, and thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. Online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com.
And we're back here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Kickoff by Alvarenza of Valley, and he boots it in the end zone. There'll be no return by Dowling Catholic and Jake Anderson. So the Maroons will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, leading 14-7 as the Valley Tigers go on a 7-play, 72-yard drive, capped off by Michael Provenza's 50-yard touchdown pass to Aiden Price. Extra point by Rico Alvarenza was good. It's 14-7. We got a ball game again, Matt.
We do, and you knew Valley was going to strike back at some point, and excellent execution on their part. They got Aiden Price isolated out into the left flat against the linebacker, and Aiden's going to win that battle 9 times out of 10. And so now it's a 1-touchdown game, and the Maroons have the ball.
All right, their empty backfield. Back to throw is Smolik. Angles the ball up in the air, and the pass is incomplete. Dowling with 5 receivers. And Valley defends that very well, as the intended receiver was Hank Brown, one of those 3 receivers on the left of that formation.
Again, one of those stretch calls there is they had a lot of guys going on the go route. They had a lot of guys running deep on that play, stretching that defense, trying to create some cushion underneath as they continue to work what they can with the passing game.
All right, Dowling now brings an extra tight end. That's Leifger, kind of that utility back with Hunter Crutchlow out with a broken leg for Dowling. Jalen Thompson, the other tight end, 2 receivers to right. They go to the ground game, handoff C.J. Phillip. He's got a pair of fresh legs, can't turn the corner. Went left, and he may have gotten about a yard, and that's it up to the 21-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd and 9 for Dowling from their own 21-yard line. Great job by the guys up front for Valley on that defensive line as they came. Kennan, Carell Fountain, Jack Funt, and Ramez Naba.
Yeah, they created a wall there that no one could move, and they're running on that left side, and Valley has made some adjustments and was able to get the stop there as you had a lot of bodies there. Tristan Irvin as well.
All right, 3rd and 9 for Dowling. Line of scrimmage, their own 21-yard line. 5 receiver set. Back to throw is Smolik. Rolls to his left, fires it on, and passes. Caught right at the first down marker.
Well, they're going to mark him a yard short.
Cooper Nicholson with the reception, and you're right.
He caught the ball right at the 30. His body was laying backwards a little bit, and so they're going to make it a yard short. Now, will Coach go for it again like he did a week ago?
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will.
So it'll bring up 4th and 1 Dowling, 29-yard line. That happened last Friday night in the opening possession for the Maroons against Waukee Northwest.
You got Valley running people in and out here, and
Dowling gets their tight end in there. Long count. Now the Maroons will, with 5 seconds on the play clock, they'll call timeout. So timeout Dowling. We'll take a 1-minute break. 4th and 1 for the Maroons when we return. 14-7 Dowling over Valley with 4:06 to go second quarter from the Unidome in Cedar Falls here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
It can be easy to look at how someone is dressing or acting and judge them. But have you ever thought about how much grace is available in these situations? The next time someone makes a questionable decision, instead of judging and condemning, uphold their dignity for them. We do greater good by lifting them up in prayer and respecting their personhood than if we mentally tear them apart in our thoughts. We can uphold the dignity of others even when they are unable to recognize their own value.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Iowa Catholic Radio needs you, whether it's assisting with events, answering the phone, distributing yard signs, or being a parish ambassador. Iowa Catholic Radio depends on you to help connect listeners with Christ. Email contact@iowacatholicradio.com to get involved.
Back here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, punt by Cooper Nicholson from the Dowling 29 off the side of his foot, and it rolls up to the 45-yard line of Dowling. So that's where Valley will take over, 1st and 10. And the Maroons kind of self-destruct there with the punt that went off Cooper's side of his foot. So Valley will take over 45 yards away from the end zone here, Matt.
Yeah, and he's really frustrated with himself. He's only had a couple of those all year where he's kind of missed them in that rugby-style format where he runs them out there. Okay, Valley's coming out here now with that trip set again, and this is where they had some success running the football up the middle. So we'll see what adjustments have been made here.
Tigers trying to take advantage of a 16-yard punt with no return by Dowling. 1st and 10 Valley from the Dowling 45. Handoff Mason, and he crashes down to about the 40-yard line. He'll gain 5 yards. And bring up 2nd and 5.
Off the left side there, running over that left side of the line for Valley of Owen Westemeyer, Derek Ellen, Spencer George. They were able to create some space there for Mason, and a nice gain on 1st down for the Tigers.
Correction, it was Damon Head who was in there.
Oh, it was Damon Head back in there.
We haven't seen Mason for 2 series now. I wonder if Swenson's just going with the hotter back or not. But it's 2nd and 5, Valley, 2 receivers to right. Price in motion. He gets the handoff. Now halfback pass. Price is hit. Still on his feet, and he threw it away. He showed his strength. Dowling had 3 defenders on that one receiver who was the halfback pass. Keep in mind, Price is a former quarterback.
Now, what are they going to call? They're going to. One of the officials, they're huddling back there. I was wondering if they're going to call him in the grass and call him down there or not. And so the ball, the incomplete pass goes out of bounds and allows them to get back. Otherwise, it would have been like a 15-yard loss.
Yes, it would, because Price threw it about midfield, or was attempting to throw it. Finally did throw it out of bounds. Heads-up play by a tremendous athlete that he is. Oh, by the way, end of this month, we have Dowling Valley girl boy doubleheader basketball. Price will be one of those shooting guards.
Yeah. And that was Braden Pearson on Aiden there, is trying to get him down, and they eventually did after Aiden threw the ball away.
All right, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. They throw it to the right. The ball's nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Knocked away by Dowling Catholic as they got a paw on it, and that would be Braden Pearson who slapped it away. A lateral pass, but he almost got his paw on it, almost kept it from going out of bounds. It would have been. Well, it would have been close to being a lateral.
It was a forward pass. Dowling was right on top of that play. The Maroon defense was ready, and for that is that ball. Braden says, okay, you got me the last time. You're not getting me this time. I'm knocking the ball down. And a 0 play there for the Tigers.
Stops the clock with 3:05 left to go in the first half. Dowling 14, Valley 7.
Coach Joensen has 1 timeout left, and I think he's going to use one here. Or does he have 2?
It's 4th and 5 Valley at the Dowling 40.
Yeah, he's going to let the clock run down. Oh, they're going to take the penalty again. They're going to call the delay of game, and they're going to back him up and punt it again.
Yep, so Valley will be backed up 5 yards back to the Dowling 45 on the penalty.
And again, Valley right now playing the field position game and keeping the Dowling offense back in their own territory as much as they can, which is, paying dividends for them. And each team has only had, I believe 4 possessions at this point. Maybe this is the 5th possession that the Maroon offense will have after this punt.
Yeah, that's a good point, Matt. 1, 2, 3 for Valley. That was Valley's 5th possession. This will be Dowling's 5th possession. Back deep for the Maroons. Cooper Nicholson stands back at his own 10-yard line. Into punt, Dawson Stein. Good snap. Nice, beautiful punt. Fair catch signal 4 by Nicholson. And the Maroons will have a first down at their own 15-yard line in the change of possession. So with 2:58 to go here in the second quarter, Dowling leading 14-7. And Matt, will be interesting. Valley's defense has played much better in that last possession. It was 3 and out for Dowling. After Nicholson's 8-yard reception, he was just shy of the first down. Boy, is it ever a game of inches. And the Maroons were forced to punt. They shanked the punt, and Valley couldn't do anything with it.
And then after that first drive, the Dowling offense was able to run the football, much like they were in the last time that these two teams played each other. And you haven't been able to see them, Dowling or Valley's tightened up their defense here and not allowed that run game to take hold like they had in the past.
30-yard punt by Stein. Now back to throw is Smolik, and he is hit and dropped. He can't get the pass away, and he's going to be dropped inside the 10-yard line to the 6. Loss of yardage on the play, obviously, for the Maroons. Loss of 9.
Correll Fountain on the sack there, gets the tackle for loss. Sack play by him as he's able to get back there and force Smolik. Smolik did a really good job of hanging on to the football because he's got the thing in one hand, pulls it back. Boy, did he ever do a really good job of holding on to the football.
I don't know how he did hold on to the football. You mentioned Fountain, defensive lineman for Valley on the stop.
Now, that's one thing for Jackson Smolik. He's really a heady player and has done a really good job of throwing that football away all year, and that one hung on to it just a little too long.
2nd and 19 for the Maroons. Handoff, and that is C.J. Phillip. He's spun down as he crosses the 15 up to the 17-yard line, so he gained 11 of those yards back.
That's a big pickup on second down, running the football there, C.J. Phillip, and able to get a lot of that yardage back and creating a third and somewhat manageable 3rd and 8 here for the Maroon offense.
Dowling will interchange personnel. They'll bring in extra receivers. They'll take out a tight end and a utility player, Trey Wilson, one of 3 receivers to the left, Matt.
They're taking their time here on purpose as the clock winds down here in the first half.
5 on the play clock. Now 3 receivers to the right as one man goes in motion. Smolik, quarterback draw, keeps the football, and he slides for the first down right at the 26-yard line. They spread him, and Smolik, who's been very active carrying the football tonight or this afternoon, gets a first down at the Dowling 26, gain of 9.
Split the defense, and Hunter Clark came up on a blitz and was not out there. And here Dowling's got Valley changing.
Back to throw, Smolik. Now dances around the pocket, still dancing around, now being chased. Eludes a tackler, looking downfield, everybody covered, and he'll just throw it away. But Jalen Thompson nearly caught it out of bounds, but that's about it, incomplete.
Jackson ran about 30 yards on that play, able to escape the pressure from Hunter Clark coming up the middle, number 44. As Dowling leads 14-7 here, 1 minute to go. You see the Dowling had an opportunity there to kind of speed things up and caught Valley in a shift change defensively, and were unable to take advantage.
All right, 5 receivers for the Maroons, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Dowling going left to right. South to north here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Back to throw, Smolik stays in the pocket, now dances around, rolls to his left, being chased, fires against the grain. The pass is nearly intercepted and incomplete. That was not a wise pass by Jackson. He tried to hit, I think, Cooper Nicholson on a crossing pattern. He was one of the receivers over there, and it, fortunately for the Maroons, goes incomplete, and will bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he was hit as he was throwing the football and couldn't get much on it and kind of threw it out there in no man's land. He did have Hank Brown, or Bo Gamble, could have been there if he'd have been able to set his feet, but he was not, and fortunately for the Maroons, the ball hits the ground.
All right, 5 receivers set, 2 to the right. Here is a pass by Smolik, caught by Cooper Nicholson, and he is gang tackled right at the point of attack at the 25-yard line.
And you see the Valley Tigers gaining some momentum, gaining some confidence here, and able to stop the Maroon offense again, and forcing a punt situation here as the half winds down.
No gain of the play officially. They spot the ball back to the 26-yard line. You mentioned Valley using its, I believe, final timeout with 51 seconds remaining. 4th and 10 Dowling from their own 26-yard line. Want to remind you of our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They include the Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals and Dental Associates. Our thanks to Bozen the Florist, our Red Zone sponsor. Say more with Bozen, 515-244-ROSE. That's 515-244-7673. Dowling's touchdowns, Jackson Smolik, a 1-yard run on the opening drive. Maroons led 7-0. Then Cooper Nicholson on a 55-yard touchdown reception from quarterback Jackson Smolik made the score 14-0 with Schumacher's extra points. But back came Valley with 5:04 left to go in the half. Aiden Price on a 50-yard touchdown reception from quarterback Michael Provenza. Extra point was good, and that's where we're at now, 14-7. Dowling leading Valley. Maroons will punt it on 4th and 10. Valley has twin safeties back right around their 40-yard line. Cooper Nicholson anticipating the snap from Carson Hagan. Good snap. Cooper gets it off and bounces inside the 45 and takes a Dowling roll. It's out of bounds at the 40. There'll be no return. And with 42 seconds remaining in the first half, Valley will have one more chance out of timeouts from their own 40-yard line.
Coach Joensen here, as he gathers his offense on his sideline, they're talking over what they could possibly do here. I have a feeling they may take a shot on that first down play, and if they don't get too much, they're probably not going to gamble a whole lot. But with 42 seconds left, it does provide them a couple opportunities here down the field.
All right, Tigers come out with 4 receivers, 2 on each side of the formation. Provenza, and now the center and the Dowling nose guard collide, and they're going to get Dowling for the offside.
Yeah, Rumley got a little excited there and listened to the inflection of the quarterback and slipped out of his stance, fell forward into the center.
All right, it'll bring up first and 5 for Valley. From their own 46-yard line, back to throw Provenza. Pass is caught. That's Josh Brown out of bounds. Stops the clock at the Dowling 44-yard line. Nice little out pattern there, corner pattern, if you will. And that'd be Henrik Nimley, rather.
Yeah.
Henrik Nimley on the reception. Quick receiver, Matt.
Yeah, quick hitter there. Takes 5 seconds off the clock is all. Get a first down, 5-yard, or a little more than a 5-yard gain, and Valley's in Dowling territory.
So first down Valley at the Dowling 44. Nimley the reception. And now a little lateral pass caught by Aiden Price. Once again, penalty flag down. And Price gets out of bounds, not before picking up the first down right around the 32-yard line, but this may be coming back.
They might call a holdout here on the block that freed up Aiden Price on that edge. And again, they had numbers out here, and Aiden Price free down the sideline.
We'll get the call from Dave Rittman, our official and our referee tonight.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty, will replay.
So there'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. We'll put the ball back in Valley territory. And there's on the replay. Yeah, right call. Price got loose and he went out of bounds at the 32. So that negates a 12-yard gain by the Tigers.
See where they spot the ball. There you go.
Put the ball right at the 46-yard line of Valley.
On the opposite hash. That's what it was. Okay, here we go. 32 seconds left. Dowling up 14-7.
And a second down and 15 coming up for Valley. Bunch formation. Provenza back to throw. Still being chased. He's going to go down back at the 45-yard line. Which one was it?
Was it
Rumley? Rumley again. Ralston, who got called for the offside penalty, now makes the sack.
Makes the sack, and that, with no timeouts, Valley's going to be able to get one more playoff here if they choose to before the half as the clock winds down. And it looks like they're just going to take it to halftime. I believe it's Dowling's football first coming out of the half.
Along our network stations, Jimmy, we'll take a 2-minute break coming out of this. Our halftime score, Dowling 14, Valley 7, along with Matt Maindring. I'm Mark Amadell. We'll take a 2-minute break along the network stations and be back for halftime here at the Unidome. Dowling 14 and Valley 7, back after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Whatever happened to the modern world? Hi, this is Cy Kellett, host of Catholic Answers Live. Join me on Saturday, December 10th at the Embassy Suites downtown for Iowa Catholic Radio's Dinner in December. I'll be speaking about what we can do to help recover a modern world fit for people. Plus, enjoy a fabulous meal and fellowship with your Iowa Catholic Radio family. Register today at iowacatholicradio.com, iowacatholicradio.com. And I'll look forward to seeing you on December 10th in downtown Des Moines.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Sharon Gleig from St. Francis of Assisi Parish in West Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by CTO. Your support has helped thousands of students attend our Catholic schools. CTOiowa.org. At CTO, the bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Weekdays at 1 p.m., it's Dr. David Anders with Call to Communion. It's a live call-in show for non-Catholics and fallen away Catholics. Called to Communion on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting listeners with Christ.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
Why do I have to go to church on Sunday?
Aren't your best friends the ones you only see once in a while? Like after you've gotten to all the really important stuff. Or maybe just on Christmas and Easter. I don't think so. But lots of people let their relationship with God go just like that. God invites each of us to a deep relationship with Him. In the time of Christ, when someone invited you to share a meal with them, they were inviting you to be a part of their family. That's what God does in the Mass. And this is no ordinary meal. In the Eucharist, we receive the living body, blood, soul, and divinity of Jesus. So, if we say no to the invitation to Mass, we're saying, I don't want to be a part of your family. I don't want your sacrifice. I don't want your redemption. And it's pretty hard to have a relationship with God when we've rejected Him so completely. For more Young Catholic Minutes, go to youngcatholicminute.com.
Hey, welcome back to halftime here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Class 5A semifinal, the first semifinal round game. And Dowling leading Valley by the score of 14-7. The Maroons scoring on a pair of touchdowns, one by Jackson Smolik, the Dowling quarterback, on a 1-yard run, and then Cooper Nicholson on a 55-yard touchdown reception from quarterback Jackson Smolik. Made the score 14-0, and then back comes Valley with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Aiden Price on a 50-yard touchdown reception from quarterback Michael Provenza. Extra point was good. 14-7 is our score here at halftime. And Matt, what a game we saw. It's a nip and tuck as we would expect, no less.
Stepped up and upped their game and really have done a good job of slowing down the Maroon offense. And, and they've kept the field flipped. Valley has kept them in, Dowling territory and not allowed them to have any drives that extend and get down the field in any way. And so, credit to them and how they played football, and not many possessions for either team offensively, which I think is the advantage for the Tigers.
Well, Dowling, as we got our first half statistics here, we'll go through that here in a moment. First downs, Valley with 8, Dowling with 7. Total offense, Valley with 143 yards of total offense, Dowling with 191. The Maroons with 77 yards on the ground, 114 yards in the air. Valley with 63 yards on the ground and 80 yards in the air. And penalties, Valley with 5 penalties for 35 yards, Dowling with 5 penalties for 45 yards. The Maroons leading rusher is C.J. Phillips, 7 carries, 48 yards. Rashad Davis, 5 carries for 26 yards. And Jackson Smolik with 5 carries for positive yards of just 3 yards. Smolik is 5 out of 9 passing, 114 yards and a touchdown. And he's been sacked twice. For Valley, Damon Head is our leading rusher. Damon with 5 carries for 36 yards. Darius Mason, 4 carries for 15 yards. And Michael Provenza, 6 carries for 13 yards. Lead Valley in rushing. Provenza, 7 out of 12 passing, 80 yards and a touchdown. And he's been sacked twice. So both quarterbacks have been sacked twice here this afternoon. Leading receiver for Dowling, Cooper Nicholson, 3 catches, 63 yards and a touchdown. Hank Brown, 1 catch for 38 yards. And Bo Gamble, 1 catch for 13 yards. Aiden Price, 5 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown to lead Valley in the receiving. Hendrick Nimley, 1 catch for 10 yards, and Damon Head, 1 catch for 10 yards. Jimmy Wannick leads Dowling in tackles with 3.5. Matthew Hanton has 3 tackles. Jared Rickey, 3 tackles, and Braden Pearson with 2.5 tackles. For Valley, Cole Sonnenberg with 3 tackles. Andrew Price with 2.5 tackles. Josh Brown with 2.5 tackles, and Cyril Fountain with 2 tackles. So again, total offense in the first half, Dowling with 191 yards. They ran 26 plays. Valley has run 30 plays and 143 yards here in the first half. Anything there stick out, Matt?
I just think the balance that you're seeing from both teams here is they offensively not a lot of energy here, and you can see the defense on both sides of the football is playing very, very well. And, Dowling's been able to keep Provenza inside the box and keep him contained a little bit. But Valley, we haven't seen Smolik get sacked twice hardly all year.
That's true.
And they were able to get to him twice in the first half, and so now it's about adjustments.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll try to get our halftime guest up here. It's been an experience. We'll take a 1-minute break, Jimmy, and be back, we hope, here on Iowa Catholic Radio. The score, Dowling 14, Valley 7, here at halftime.
Has anyone ever told you to pray about it and left you thinking, okay, but how? First, invite the Holy Spirit to be with you as you talk to God. Think about what is going on in your heart and mind. Be honest. Acknowledge to God what you're thinking, feeling, and desiring, because He wants you, the real you. Then, tell Him about what you're experiencing and entrust that to Him. Finally, let the Father love us. Ask yourself, how is God loving me right now? He is loving always. Sometimes we need to stop and think of our blessings, because that is where we can find God.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
This is Monsignor Larry Beeson, priest of the Diocese of Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back to the Unidome here in Cedar Falls. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandring. Halftime, Dowling leading 14-7, and now we finally got our halftime guest in, and that's the Dowling wrestling coach who's back for another season. Is it second year, Coach Ryak?
Second year, yes, sir.
Oh, my gosh. It's hard to believe. I thought, yeah, it is. Second year. Yep. And what a year you had last year. I tell you what, Ryak Finch is our guest, and you had a tremendous year. You had a couple, state champion, you had numerous wrestlers, but hey, you're building the culture at Dowling in the wrestling room, and you just take a page out of Coach Wilson's book and a few others, and happy to have you here and talk about wrestling, because that's coming up. It just started practice, what is it, this week or next?
We start on Monday, yes,
okay.
Sir. Yeah, right. So it's been a great experience. Yeah, like you said, last year we put 3 into the finals, one of them being, you saw here, Ralston Rumley making a play there at the end of the half. Mm-hmm. We had Carson Hagan, another football player, place 4th for us. And then at 132 and 138 pounds, we had the Frost twins, obviously. So Evan Frost ended up winning, and Jacob Frost made the finals and lost a heartbreaker there to a stud from Waverly Shell Rock. So it was a great first season as far as kind of setting the tone and letting everybody know what we're about. And it's been a great time working with Coach Wilson and everyone at Dowling Catholic. So extremely excited.
Coach Finch, tell us a little about your background. I know you have the Grandview connection, but you were like at Arizona, and then you went a few other places, but you were down actually in the Bayou for a while coaching club wrestling, and all of a sudden this guy named Tom Wilson found you. That's how it was told to me. Is that right, Ryak?
That's pretty close, yeah. So I originally grew up in Arizona, ended up in Iowa, recruited by Iowa State, start my first few years there, and just fall in love with the state, fell in love with how they treated wrestling, how much they loved the sport, and then ended my career, like you said, there at Grandview University, and national championship team my junior and senior year, and they've gone on to win 10, 11, 12, I don't even know how many it is now, how many titles they've had. So it's just kind of, it was awesome getting to know the culture and understanding how much the state loves wrestling. And when I kind of started my coaching career, I took a weird path. I was in California for a little while, and then, like you said, down in New Orleans, where I really started kind of my coaching career. And I just always had the connection with Des Moines. I loved the city, and when the opportunity kind of presented itself for me to come back, and some of my best friends, Coach Ty Noller, he's my right-hand guy. He was one of the first hire that I made as far as assistants go. Just, having that community sense, and I think that there's no really closer-knit group than there is at Dowling Catholic, and we love it.
Well, let's talk about this year's program. There's a lot of weight. Was it 14 weight classes? How many weight classes?
14, yes,
14,
sir.
And you like to have, 2 or 3 guys at each weight class. That's the ultimate, but that's not always possible. But you're starting to build that up, and you need numbers. Football needs numbers. And wrestling is the other sport that needs numbers. Talk about how that's progressing, especially with the little kids program.
Definitely. So we've kind of taken the approach, right, where you want to build from the bottom up. We've tried to build a strong foundation, and you pointed out it really starts with our club kids and our junior high. our numbers have been growing really consistently. Last year we only had 2 or 3 guys to start the season in our junior high program. We're up to 15 this year. Coach Logan Queck and, again, Coach Ty Noller have done an amazing job with that junior high program, and it really starts with the feeder. You know, we have to get them involved, talking to the coaches early on, kind of learning our philosophies and the way that we communicate with our guys. And it's like you said, when you're talking about, multi-sport athletes and numbers, that's really what we have to do, especially at Dowling Catholic, is we have to share our athletes and we have to work together as a team. And I think that Coach Wilson and the entire football staff and our wrestling staff, we've got a cohesive unit going to where, we're watching these guys every weekend, enjoying how much success they're having, and they see the benefits of, a strong wrestling program and the toughness that it brings, and some of the other aspects that, like I said, Carson Hagan, Ralston Rumley, guys like that are on the team. They really exemplify. So it's become a great family-oriented, a community that we're trying to build, and it really does start from the bottom up.
Coach Ryak Fitch is our guest here at halftime, the head wrestling coach at Dowling, second year. Had a couple wrestlers in the state tournament. And let's talk about this year. I'm not sure who you graduated. I know the Frost twins graduated. They're up at Iowa State. But who is coming back, and what are the numbers like this year for your program?
So our numbers are up. I mean, one of the most exciting parts is when we're having our open mat practices, we're coming in and we're always seeing new faces, and it's in every grade. We obviously have a lot of new freshmen, but there's kids who were maybe upperclassmen that might have wrestled in the past that are kind of re-sparking that interest and coming back around and falling in love with the sport again. And we have a good core of leadership with our senior guys that are coming back. We talk about Ralston and Carson already. We have guys like Evan Pollard that's coming back as a state qualifier, Max Dirks, who's also coming back as a state qualifier. So those guys will kind of tether our upper weights. And then down low, we actually are bringing back a wealth of experience. At 103, we have Wyatt Heffron, who had a great kind of breakout season last year, and a couple of freshmen that are going to start kind of making a name for themselves. And like I said, just really trying to build and make sure that we're just keeping the family-oriented, the detail-oriented, getting everybody talking the same language, focusing on the same goals, and it really has been a great experience kind of building that family together.
Right, what do you want our listeners to know about the program? Because it's more than just wrestling. It's building character with these young men who will be adults here shortly. But what are some of the things some of the attributes that you bring to the program that you want our listeners to know about Dowling wrestling?
I think the main thing that we're trying to do is what we're so lucky when we have an excellent school and an excellent athletic program like Dowling Catholic. Really what it is just tethering to that and kind of, using us as an extension of what the school is. I mean, there's obviously a tradition of excellence at Dowling academically and athletically, and so we're super blessed to be able to just kind of build off of that. And, the family that Coach Wilson has built with the football team and how everybody kind of works as a cohesive unit. And the off season, like we said, sharing kids, making sure that we're supporting them and giving them the best opportunities for success. We really do think of ourselves as a preparatory team. We're trying to get kids ready for the next level academically and athletically, and we're just super excited. Like I said, we're building our club up, maroonmc.com. Anybody that's interested in learning more about that young club and looking to maybe get to know our coaches, that website has been awesome. We revamped that. On all social media, Dowling Catholic Wrestling, we're trying to get those things out and getting our message out to as many people as we can, and really just trying to bring the energy back. I mean, there's a great, rich history at Dowling Catholic Wrestling, and all we have to do is kind of spark that interest again and get it back to even a fraction of what it was before, and we'll be successful.
Coach, thanks for taking time. Hard to get through security up here, as you found out.
Definitely, yeah, they have it latched down here.
And tell that lady thank you, because I don't know if it was me or maybe Mainring text her, I don't know, but appreciate having you up here. Looking forward to the season. We'll keep everybody updated.
Thanks a lot, Mark. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, Ryak Finch, our guest. He is the Dowling wrestling coach. We're going to keep it here and get Mr. Mainring back in without a commercial. We burn a commercial. Ty Noller, thank you. And that was one great interview. If we could get him up here, but yeah, I did have to
once we get him up here.
I did have to sweet talk the lady, and
you can do that.
Yeah, I did, and I told her to make sure they thank her when they leave.
On the way out.
It is tough to get around up here.
Yeah.
We miss a year, and you forget all the friends we made, and now we got to make new ones and get coaches up here. What a job Ryak Finch has done, and
he's done a great job.
2 years, and look forward to this season, and love what he's done. Well, Valley will kick off. We're going to keep it here. We're not going to take our traditional break before the second half because we took one just to get Ryak up here. And we're underway as a kickoff by Valley. It'll be fielded by Dowling at the 4. And across the 15 and down right at the 20-yard line on the return for the Maroons. And that is Jake Anderson.
Jake Anderson, yep.
And Dowling will start it from there, 1st and 10. And Matt, can't wait to see what the X and O's were between the two clubs were. Dowling and Valley, 14-7 Maroons lead it here at halftime, but Dowling with first possession of the second half. Can't wait to see what adjustments we're in for.
You know, and both of these coaches, you don't have the success that you do without being able to make adjustments, and they've played each other so many times that to know what each other's going to do, you just don't overthink it, make a couple tweaks, and get going.
All right, Dowling with the first down at their own 20-yard line, and the give is to the tailback, and now Dowling on the run, and that's C.J. Phillip, and goes over to left tackle, gets it outside, and finally brought down at the 24-yard line, gain of 4, bring up 2nd and 6.
Kyle Sonnenberg there chased him down as they were able to stretch that out to the sideline. C.J. Phillip ran towards the edge a little bit there, trying to get around the corner, and Sonnenberg cut him down before he could take the turn. But still, a decent gain on first down, a 4-yard gain. You're going to take those.
Van Meter and West Sioux were winners today in Class 1A. They'll move on to the championship game next week. Handoff up the middle, and stumbling is Phillip, but he gets the first. He gets across the 25, up to the 27-yard line for a gain of 3, and he almost fell down right at the exchange and kept his balance. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 for Dowling from the 27.
Did a good job of getting his hand down to keep his balance. You know, it's one of those drills you do all the time with running backs. Do a little spin, get knocked, and put your one hand down while you're keeping the ball tight and exploding forward, and that's just what he did to make sure he didn't have a loss. So you have big play here, 3rd and 4.
Kyle Rockers, Cade Batterton, Max Shelton, Nate Agos, and George Nahas. Left tackle to right tackle, that's Dowling's offensive line. Jalen Thompson, Danny Nielsen, the tight ends. Quarterback is Jackson Smolik. C.J. Phillip gets to start at tailback. They give it to him. Up the middle he goes, still on his feet, dives forward. I think he got the first down, and he did right at the 30-yard line if it stands.
He was able just to extend himself across at the last minute, get the first down, and nice patient run, because he runs into that line and then going, okay, now this might not be the time to be as patient as you have been, but he was, explodes, gets that last yard, first down Maroons.
So Dowling with the first down at their own 30-yard line. Cooper Nicholson, Hank Brown, the flankers. Bo Gamble, Michael Reichart, the split ends. Smolik back to throw, and he overthrew Gamble, incomplete. As he checked down to Gamble, and he was well defended that time by Andrew Price, the sophomore brother of Aiden Price, who's caught a touchdown this afternoon.
Yeah, he stumbled a little bit out of his break. It was what I would call a flag pattern out to the right side, to the wide side of the field, and Bo stumbled a little bit out of the break and threw the timing off on that play.
Dowling brings in a tight end. It's on the left side, 3 receivers right, 1 back in the backfield, and Valley showing blitz. They hand it off the middle, and that's C.J. Phillip, and he dives forward, keeps his legs going across the 35 to the 36-yard line, a gain of 6.
Again, something that the running backs do so well is finish going forward, and right there the initial contact was made at about the 34, and he was able to keep his legs going, fall forward, and get to the 36, creating a 3rd and 4 situation.
That's Coach Meeks, the running backs coach, teaches ball control, staying under control, wait for that offensive line, and then explode.
Yep.
3 receivers right. Now they'll send Hank Brown, or rather Jalen Thompson, in motion right to left. He's the lone receiver on the left side. Here's a snap, and Smolik will keep the football, and he's hit from behind and dropped across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And no gain on the play.
Chase Hutchinson there, chase that down from behind. He's blitzing on the play and is able to chase that down and stop Jackson short of the first down, and also the middle linebacker coming in there to make the stop for the I think it might have been Theron Castle.
Chase Hutchinson.
Yeah, Chase Hutchinson come in there and makes that stop.
Or bring up 4th down for Dowling, 4th and 3 from their own 37-yard line. Smolik will give him a gain of 1 on that. And Cooper Nicholson into punt. Twin safeties back for Valley. A good punt, spiraled kick. Fair catch signal for by the Tigers at their own 26-yard line by Xavion Robinson. That's where the Valley offense will take the field. 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. We've got a media timeout with 8:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Dowling 14, Valley 3 on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Matt Wilkham, station manager for Iowa Catholic Radio. One of the best things I get to do is share the stories of those who are impacted by this apostolate. Like Melissa, who says, I listen to Iowa Catholic Radio and I always catch the most inspirational thing ever. It's always just the right thing at the right time. Melissa's story is just one of many. Would you consider a $30 a month sustaining gift? Donate now at iowacatholicradio.com. And be sure to remember us on Giving Tuesday, November 29th. Thank you for your support.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Weekdays at 5 p.m., it's Catholic Answers, a live call-in program to offer Catholics and non-Catholics a chance to talk with world-class apologists and theologians. Catholic Answers, live on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting listeners with Christ.
And we're back here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls alongside Matt Maindring, Mark Amadale. If you joined us late, John Chido, under the weather. And he's home recovering. I wonder if he ever got his TV synced up with radio. That's got to be interesting for those that do that, Matt.
My buddy in Wisconsin, he did. And I think Randy's listening out there in Cheeseland, and he was able to do it, he said. Sync up the audio and the video stream. So here we go. Johnny's adept enough. I'm sure he got that done.
If not, he's got IT people around him that could help out. Hey, I want to give a shout-out to Joe Stacy. He is our softball and baseball announcer here on Iowa Catholic Radio. His brother Daniel, visiting from Owine, works at Fleet Farm. I want to say hello. They're hanging out in Joe's garage, listening and doing the same thing, listening and watching the game. So best of luck to Joe, and thank goodness for his brother Daniel in town visiting, and all the folks up there in Northeast Iowa, Owine. Joe's a legend up there. If not, he'll tell you that, but he's a legend. Love that Joe Stacy. He does football Friday night here in town, and of course, the voice of the Iowa Barnstormers. And we had a play, Matt.
Yeah, we had a little option play, and Provenza kept it up the middle, and Joe Hughes on the stop for the Maroons with a 2-yard gain.
Up to the 28-yard line, so 2nd and 8. Thank you, Matt. And penalty flags down. Handoff goes to the Tigers, and running with the football, and that is that Damon Head or Mason? Which one's in there? It might be Head, and he's across the 40 up to the 42-yard line. This is coming back. The flag is back at the 27-yard line, Matt.
Generally, this is going to be in the offense. Both sides it went, so everybody's walking backwards.
Yes, they certainly are. And for Valley, Darius Mason is the starting tailback, but Damon Head has played much of that second quarter, and I don't remember Darius getting back in, so I'm not sure if he's dinged up or not. And they have Damon Head in there.
Yeah,
so
Damon Head's been getting most of the carries here, and like you said earlier, he is the hot hand right now and has been running strong.
Penalty moves Valley back to their own 23-yard line. So that'll bring up 2nd and 13 Tigers. As Michael Provenza, 6 foot, 170-pound senior quarterback, transferred in from the East Coast, played a lot of lacrosse and football. Back to throw he goes, now being chased, fires over the middle, and that pass is caught, and that's Xavion Robinson, and he's hit and drop behind the line of scrimmage. He may have reached up and got back to the line of scrimmage for no gain at most.
Outstanding play by the Maroons there as they were able to cover that. Rumley had pressure on Provenza. He's able to get release it out to the left side, out towards the numbers, and the Maroons rallied and led by Braden Pearson there, I believe.
No gain officially, so it'll bring up 3rd and 13 Valley from their own 23-yard line. Dowling 14, Valley 7. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring this afternoon from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Draw play, they give it to Head, and he's wrapped up. He crossed the 25, maybe to the 27-yard line, gain of 4, and will bring up 4th down for Valley as the Maroons once again well defended. And making the tackle is Jimmy Wanek.
Jimmy Wanek, we have not called his name very much today, and they've been able to keep him quiet defensively, but right there, Jimmy Wanek was not fooled, stepped up, gets Damon Head before he gets any steam built up, and creates the 4th down situation for the Valley Tiger offense.
Tigers will bring in their punt team. led by Dawson Stein. Their long snapper is their left tackle, Owen Westermeyer, who moves from left tackle to long snapper. Dowling has twin safeties back at their own 40. Good snap, and it's blocked. Blocked by Dowling. Maroons could pick it up and take it in, and they're going to fall on it at the 21-yard line.
There it is.
Blocked
Special
again
team.
by Dowling.
Vinny Bertinoli.
His second in a week.
Vinny Bertinoli up the middle, and they have 3 protectors, and he shoots right between them all and gets on that block. He went through untouched, and if you are able to watch it online, you're going to see no one touched him as he explodes up the middle. And
there he is,
yeah.
Number 43, Bertinoli, 5'7", 145 pounds, dripping wet. Gets through there, and Dowling falls on it. Then he got the block, and the Maroons fall on it. The Valley, 21-yard line, 1st and 10 Maroons.
And Kiwi Fort covers it up for the Maroons.
Dowling will keep the ball on the ground. Rashad Davis, it's inside the 20, brought down at the 19. It's getting tough in the trenches. The offense and defensive line, boy, it's hard to come by with yards.
And this is where you usually see one team start to take over, wear another team down, and that's been one of the hats that the Dowling Maroons have hung their offense on, is being able to wear teams down up front.
So a block punt, second week in a row by Bertinoli. And it's 2nd and 8 Dowling. Rashad Davis in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right. Handoff Rashad right up the gut, and he's loose. Inside the 10, spins around to the 5, down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Dowling. How quick is Rashad Davis over the A-gap as he spun out of a tackle at the right at the point of attack, right guard, if you will, Matt.
Yeah, look at that. He does not need much room. The young man can squeeze through the smallest crease, and he's able to make himself skinny. Well, he's pretty small anyway, but he gets through there, and big gain for the Maroons.
14-yard gain, 1st and goal at the 5. And now they throw the back end of the end zone, incomplete to Cooper Nicholson, as it was play action, and they tried to get a cornerback and safety peeking in the backfield, but Cooper couldn't get loose, and Jackson Smolik's pass overthrown at the pylon in the far corner.
He's throwing that to a spot in the back corner, and the Valley defenders on that side did a really good job of getting their hands on him early and then not allowing Cooper to get a clean break as he stumbles out of his break back to the pylon and unable to make that connection.
Maroons will send out 2 receivers to right, 2 tight ends, Middleton in as the utility back, so 3 tight ends. Handoff goes to Rashad Davis, touchdown Dowling. It goes in standing up.
Yeah.
Over right guard and tackle, touchdown Maroons. Agos, Nahas on that right side, pushing him down. Dowling now with a 2-score lead, 20-7, pending the extra point, Matt.
He knifed right through there, Rashad Davis. He's so quick off that first cut and is able to explode through there, protects the ball well. Great vision, great balance, and touchdown for the Maroons. And quickly it turns to be 21-7. Well, with the extra point here.
Well, we'll see with Schumacher in. We did meet his grandparents before we came, and then we didn't put the kibosh on him.
No, we did not.
Extra point good by Andrew Schumacher. Dowling 21, Valley 7. We'll take a timeout here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, the Class 5A semifinals. 4:49 to go, third quarter. Dowling 21, Valley 7 on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Patty Orger from St. John's Parish in Adel. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls on the return. Valley on the kickoff. Xavier Robinson from his own 10 gets it across the 20 and up near the 25-yard line. That's where the Tiger offense will take over. But Matt Mandring, Dowling going 4 plays, 21 yards. The short field set up by Vinny Bertinoli's block punt. And it was Kiwi Fort on the recovery. And Dowling goes marching in 4 plays with Rashad Davis on a 5-yard touchdown run. Bertinoli coming up big again.
Special teams play, and our special teams coordinators, spotted something. They put Vinny Bertinoli in the right spot, and the young man shot through there. What was really cool to see is how he reached for that block and was not going to rough the punter at the same time. If you notice, he reached out and slid to the side. Just great execution by the Maroon special teams.
That's also well coached.
Yes.
You're doing that. That's not easy to do. And now here's Provenza, a little option play, and he keeps the football, gets across the 35 up to the 36-yard line, and he should have the first down, and he does. Nice run that time on Michael Provenza.
They've been running that little toss play, and right there he fakes the toss, keeps it, and shoots right up the middle over the right side, this time over Jacob Moeller and Braylon Jenkins, and makes a nice run there for the Tiger offense.
So first down, Valley from their own 36-yard line. Dowling 21, Valley 7 here in the latter stages of the third quarter. They give it to Damon Head, and he's hit and dropped. Back at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll bring up second down and long for the Tigers.
He was stacked up and put down right at that line of scrimmage, as you said, and you get Ralston Rumley and Wannick inside there, just knocking things around for the Maroons.
Provenza 8 out of 13 passing, 80 yards and a touchdown. Damon Head 7 carries for 40 yards for Valley. Provenza 8 carries for 25 yards, and Darius Mason 4 carries for 15 yards. We haven't seen him since the first quarter. Back to throw. Provenza fires it out. The pass is caught. A leaning catch coming back to the football and done nicely by the Valley receiver on the far sideline, and he's shy of the first down, but a nice job that time by Henrik Nimley.
Henrik Nimley makes a great catch there. Provenza throws it outside where only his receiver can get it, and outside the numbers on the wide side of the field, and Nimley goes down and makes a nice catch off the ground, creating a 3rd and short for the Tiger offense.
Gain of 6. 3rd down and a long 4 for Valley. Line of scrimmage, their own 42. Tigers go left to right, south to north here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. And now here's a pass, incomplete to Aiden Price. It was a forward pass. Near it was Jared Rickey who broke it up, but if that was a lateral pass, that was a live football, and it just went forward by a yard or so.
They looked at that's a read play for Provenza. He sees he's got numbers on the outside, so he quick throws it out there, and great breakup there by the Maroon defense to prevent the reception.
Matt, you got to be proud. Look at these Dowling fans here in front of us, and they're more packed towards the middle of the field. We're kind of at the 30-yard line in the press box, but a pretty good crowd here for a 5A semi.
I'm telling you, the student section, they've had to do it twice. They've had to make them stand up and back up a row. I'd like to see that.
I want to see how that goes. Nice kick that time by Valley as Dawson Stein gets it loose. Bearcat signal for by Cooper Nicholson, and Dowling will start 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. As the Maroons lead it 21-7. Mark Emmerdale, Matt Maindry. Want to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They include Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. There's the Johnston fans coming up and harassing me. I knew he was here.
Yeah. They've had a nice run. They've really turned their season around and have made a nice run to the semifinals.
4 Central Iowa teams that are all quality. Southeast Polk, Johnston, in spite of the guy behind me, the PA announcer, do a tremendous job. First down Maroons, Dowling on their own 25 with 2:46 remaining in the third quarter. And they give it to the tailback. And this should be C.J. Phillip if they do the rotation, right, Matt?
Yep, I believe it's C.J. in there, yes. And a nice pickup on first down, 4 yards. Again, you just 4 yards every time, and that's exactly what you want out of your run game. And they're able to get it there with C.J. Phillip over that right side. That time running behind Agos and Nejas.
Dowling interchanging their receivers. They got Hank Brown going in, Trey Wilson.
Excuse me, I believe it is Freilich in there right now. Joe Freilich's in there at that right guard position.
Dowling with 5 receivers. Back to throw. Smolik has some time. Now dances in the pocket. He's going to get sacked again. You know, the Maroons only gave up 3 sacks all year to Smolik when he was in there. They've given up 3 here this afternoon. That is Valley's 3rd sack, and that was led by Ramez Naba, the 6'2", 310-pound junior defensive lineman with the sack on Smolik, and he did a nice job.
Yeah, they're bringing an extra guy, and they're not able to pick it up, and Jackson's not getting a clean pocket, so he has to step up in it, and there's nowhere to step up. Freilich lost his helmet on that play, so he has to come out. Agos back in the situation as Dowling lines up empty set.
6-yard loss. It'll bring Dowling from the 23, and now Smolik will keep the football, and he stood up right at the 28-yard line to be shy of the first down to bring up 4th down and 7 for the Maroons at their own 28-yard line, the punting unit coming in.
Being a little conservative there on 3rd down and deep in their own territory here, and Smolik didn't see anything right away off of the formation, so took off to the right side. Valley Tiger defense right there to make that stop.
All right, twin safeties back deep for the Valley Tigers. They include Chase Hutchinson, number 2. Yes, he's starting linebacker, but he also plays on punt returns. Good snap. And Cooper Nicholson, a high spirally kick. Fair catch signal for by Valley. And that was Xavion Robinson with the fair catch. And the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line with 54 seconds remaining, 3rd quarter. Dowling 21 and Valley 7 here, Matt, at the Unidome.
Outstanding football game. You knew it wasn't going to be the blowout that it was when these two teams met at Valley Stadium a month ago, and the Valley defense has really made some adjustments and created havoc back there for Jackson Smolik. We have not seen this kind of pressure for Jackson all year, and to their credit, it's a lot of scouting, right? Because he does that. He'll step up in the pocket, does an excellent job of stepping up when he feels pressure, and then makes things happen, and Valley's taking that away.
Valley starts on their own 33-yard line. Here's the snap, and they give it to the tailback, and that's Head, and he slips a tackle, still on his feet, and finally brought down at the 40-yard line for a gain of 7 on 1st down. Damon Head on a nice run over the right side.
He did, and looked like he was going to get stopped early in that run, and he kept his feet churning as they kept blocking downfield, and then Jimmy Wanek takes a dive at the last minute to go and get his legs and take him down.
Final 25 seconds of the 3rd quarter.
They have to run one more play.
I believe so. The play clock is at 13 seconds, and the game clock is at 18. So, yeah, they will. Dowling with 232 yards total offense. Valley 172. Handoff again to Head. He's got the 1st down, and he's brought down right at the 44 of Valley for a pickup of 4. And that'll be the final play, we would guess, of the 3rd quarter.
The clock will stop to reset the chains, and then Valley is going to let it go, it looks like.
Maroons.
Yes.
C.J. Phillip, 12 carries, 68 yards. Rashad Davis, 8 carries, 47 yards. Jackson Smolik, 5 out of 11 passing, 114 yards, and a touchdown. That's the end of the 3rd quarter here in the Class 5A semifinals of high school football. Dowling leading 21-7 over Valley. Back with the 4th quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Jimmy, do you take Judy to be your wife? To have and to hold?
Uh-huh.
For richer or poorer?
Okay.
Are you listening, Jimmy?
Jimmy?
Till death do you part?
Sure, right after I finish putting up this wall between us. There.
Jimmy, you're not dead yet.
When you use artificial contraception, it's like putting a wall between you and your spouse. Couples who instead regulate fertility naturally experience happier marriages and are less likely to divorce. Tear down the wall.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Monday through Friday at 3 p.m., it's Cresta in the Afternoon. Speaker and author Al Cresta looks at life through the lens of Scripture and the teaching of the Catholic Church, providing conversation about the things that matter most. Cresta in the Afternoon on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. Online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com.
All right, here we go with the fourth quarter, and in between game introductions, Jeff Ferguson, 31-year teacher at Dowling Catholic, teaches government, was recognized. Jeff is the U.S. government teacher at Dowling, and he was the Dowling teacher recognized. Now Valley is having their teacher recognized. So if you're watching on the live stream and you have it synced up, you saw both. But congratulations to Jeff and the Valley teacher. We haven't caught her name yet.
Yeah, Jeff does such an outstanding job with our Christmas Baskets program, which we're in the middle of right now, which brings Christmas to so many families and kids across the metro, and he is just again an outstanding individual who works tirelessly behind the scenes to make things happen at Dowling Catholic High School in so many areas.
31 years, Matt. We've got
31 years.
Got a ways to go.
Speak for yourself. This is my 32nd year. So Jeff and I have been at it. He's been at Dowling 31. He had a couple other stops before he came to Dowling, and so we're blessed to have him on our staff.
No question about that. All right, we start the fourth quarter. It's 1st and 10, Valley, from their own 44-yard line. And now Provenza back to throw, being chased, rolls to his left, wants to throw right, and he's going to be sacked back at the 40-yard line. So both defenses have 3 sacks this afternoon as the Maroons come up with another one. And who was leading the charge there besides Cody Hikus and company?
That was Rumley makes the tackle. Hagen's giving him chase, and Rumley is the one that gets to him in time just before Dylan Manning. And so a big sack on the play, creating a negative play for the Tiger offense.
Third time this afternoon that Provenza's went down. The ball is back to the 40-yard line, loss of 4. Now here's Provenza in the backfield, hit and drop, tries to get out of it. And that thing just had nowhere to go, listed all over it once the ball was snapped. And I think Provenza, I think he wished he would have audibled out of that.
Yeah, Dylan Manning again just makes an outstanding play. Now Provenza lost his helmet, so he's got to go off.
For at least one play.
And this is a third down play, a 3rd and 5, and I don't think they can call a timeout to get him back on the field either. So Provenza loses his helmet, has to go on, and that brings in Quentin Loeb, number 9, for the Valley Tigers on offense.
So Loeb, whose dad is part of the offensive play callers. Kevin Ferguson, the offensive coordinator for Valley. Blake Nedved, James Jordan, Brian Webb, and Thad Loeb are with him. So Loeb is at quarterback. Here's the snap. Looks left. Pass pressure. Fires out a screen pass, incomplete. He lobbed it in the air very dangerously. And the closest lineman to it was number 70 for Valley. And that was their starting center, Spencer George, fell incomplete.
That's an impossible situation for that young man to come into without any forewarning, no warm-up, no nothing. And you got to come in there and try to execute a play, especially a pass play on a 3rd and 5. And Coach Joensen, knowing that, calls a fairly safe play, a screen play out to the wide side of the field, and the falls incomplete.
That'll bring up 4th down. Dawson Stein in the punt. And I think they've may have Mr. Bertinoli figured out. Number 43, they got to find out where he's at. Good snap, good punt. Stein with a fair catch signal for by Trey Wilson at the Dowling 27, and that's where the Maroons will take over 1st and 10 from their own 27. As you mentioned, Aiden Price was the quarterback, not Loeb. Aiden Price was the quarterback for one play.
Okay.
Who would have been the starting quarterback.
We got a flag on the play away from the football.
They throw it in the gold of the Unidome?
Yeah, not this time. I don't know if they're going to call it against the Maroons or against the Tigers. We had 2 kids going after it after the play a little bit. Might be
offsetting
both ways.
And if it's dead ball offsetting, they'll just spot the ball and go from the Dowling 27. 10:34 left to go here in the fourth quarter. The winner of this game plays the winner of the next game. Johnston and Southeast Polk.
Hit number 41 on the receiving team. That 15-yard penalty being forced half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
That's Jimmy Wanek for Dowling Catholic getting the unsportsmanlike, and that'll be assessed, as you heard. Dave Rittman, our referee, on the referee's mic there. Half the distance to the goal of Dowling. Instead of their 27, back to their own 13-yard line. Ouch.
Ouch is right. That's the 3rd time that there's been something going on and late play going on for the Maroons.
So first down, Dowling from their own 13. They come out with 2 tight ends, 1 receiver on each side. The give is to C.J. Phillip, and he grinds over center and gets it across the 15, maybe to the 16-yard line. Things are getting interesting in that. I can't wait to be in the bottom of that pile.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on there. The Maroons with a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 coming up, man.
There is, and give credit to that Valley defense. They're big 93. Correll Fountain coming back, and because this dome is hot compared to last week.
Yeah,
they were in the dome last week too, so they do have that advantage. But he gets back up, and here he goes again.
2nd and 8, Valley showing blitz, low snap. Smolik picks it up, fires downfield, and what a throw. Cooper Nicholson with the catch. First down, Dowling at the 30-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds by Chase Hutchinson.
And one thing that Valley has done a really good job of today has been able to keep the combination of Nicholson outside of that one big play, Smolik and Nicholson, in check, and that's the second time now.
The arm straight by Jackson Smolik. Watch this here in the replay, Matt. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is a throw.
He lays it out there, and Nicholson creates space for himself, and that's a big first down for the Maroon offense.
15-yard gain. Dowling now with pistol formation, 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends. Back to throw Smolik, and he throws it behind the intended receiver, actually between Bo Gamble and the receiver over there, Cooper Nicholson, who comes up hobbling a little bit. Incomplete.
Yeah. Cooper Nicholson had to stop and go backwards awkwardly to try and get that football. And Jackson threw it behind him a little bit out in space, and 2nd and 10. And they've done it a few times in this game today. They've thrown on first down, incomplete, given themselves a 2nd and 10, and here they go.
Smolik, 6 out of 13 passing, 128 yards and a touchdown. His longest pass was 55 yards. Now the give is to C.J. Phillip, and he grinds it over center, and he's hit and dropped at the 32 for a gain of 2. That depends on where they spot it. They're going to spot it, back to the 31-yard line, gain of 1.
Gain of 1 only, and right there on that play, the Valley defense was up there in a run blitz formation. They had everybody up on the line of scrimmage. They were thinking run all the way. Had probably 8 guys in the box there, and we didn't get a replay on that, but they had a lot of guys up there to stop that run.
All right, 3rd down and 9 for Dowling. The ball on their own 31-yard line. Dowling going left to right, south to north here at the Unidome. A little screen pass caught by Phillip out of the backfield, and he's run out of bounds at the 35 and stayed in. And a first down. Let's see. Yes, they do. They're going to mark him for the first down. Man, he stopped this far, and I'm holding my hands about 6 inches apart. This far, thought he was out of bounds, and he stayed in. That was like a jump stop to stay in.
Yeah, I got a little excited there. I mean, he got hit by 2 defenders, keeps himself vertical, keeps his balance, and runs another 5 yards for the first down. That's a big play right there.
It is, and that might be a big play. We'll see how this transforms. First down, Dowling. Phillip at a 10-yard reception. 1st and 10, Dowling at their own 41, leading 21-7. Smolik on play action, back to throw, now wants to run, fires it out, and it's caught. Cooper Nicholson with the catch, swipes the tackle, and still on his feet. He just falls forward inside the 35-yard line, down to about the 32. Cooper Nicholson, he's doing it all over, and some of the playmakers are really getting involved for the Dowling sideline right now.
Well, earlier we were talking about how Jackson Smolik wasn't able to step up in the pocket, and so this time now the adjustments have been made. They're rolling him out a little bit, telling him to release to the edges, and he's going to give himself space to throw. And for the right-handed quarterback to be able to roll to his right, that's a money play for Smolik there, hitting Nicholson all the way across.
That goes for 26 yards and a Dowling first down at the Valley 33, and now the give is to
Rashad.
Rashad Davis is in there for C.J. Phillip. So they change tailbacks in mid-flight during this drive, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
No gain, and the Maroons now, you're playing a clock game as well, so it's okay to run those plays that are going to grind out some yards, short yardage plays, and keep the clock churning here as it ticks against the Tigers down 14 with the Maroons up 21-7.
The Maroons are used to up tempo, up pace, and now they got to wait for the play clock to get under 5. Here's the snap. They give us to Rashad Davis over the right side, follows his blockers inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. He'll pick up 6 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, you're starting to see the Valley Tigers, some of them getting up a little bit slower there. Big number 95, Ryan Kennan on the stop there, the 6'3", 235-pound senior, getting up slowly after that play. And number 18 also making the play there, DJ Lewis for the Valley Tigers.
All right, 3rd and 4 Maroons. Back. The throw is Smolik, and the pass incomplete. And he threw it right at Cooper Nicholson, who was well defended by Chase Hutchinson out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 4th down, and the Maroons are obviously in 4-down situation. They'll go for it on 4th and 4 on the incompletion.
They will, and this would be just outside of the range of Schumacher. This would be about a 45-yard field goal. Put 7 on it, somewhere in there, and that'd be a little bit out of his range. So yes, definitely 4-down territory.
The Maroons are going to run the play clock down. Although the game clock is stopped, and they show Schumacher stretching out over there, well, underneath the bleachers, which we can't see, and it may bring him out.
But the one thing about it is, we talked about this before, it puts the ball at the 20-yard line. One thing about high school football, if you do try this extended field goal, if it is missed, the ball goes to the 20 rather than from the yard line that you push it, that you kick it from.
Schumacher is 4 of 5 in field goals. Longest has been 48 yards. That was the free kick, remember?
Yeah, well, that's right.
On the tee with nobody defending. So we'll see. And if this happens, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt approximately.
Which it is in his range. He could get it. And so we'll see what happens here, what coach decides. I see a lot of people talking to Schumacher on the sideline, but not the most important one.
Dowling in the Bozen Flores red zone. Say more with Bozen. 515-244-ROSE. 515-244-7673. Bozen makes the moment mean more. Mark Ebedale alongside Matt Maindring. The Unidome in Cedar Falls. Dowling and Valley. Dowling leading 21-7. 6:46 to go here in the 4th quarter. The winner will play the winner of the next game between Southeast Polk and Johnston, which we'll stick around for about a half.
Yeah.
All right, 5 receiver set. Right card in motion, right to left. Smolik out of the shotgun. Checking off the Valley defense. Here's the snap. Smolik steps up in the pocket, avoids a tackle, and now he goes down back at the 33-yard line. So the Maroons get nothing out of that, and the Valley defense holds. They had every Dowling receiver, all 5, well covered.
They did. They had it covered across, and Jackson wasn't able to get out and get it big. Number 44, Hunter Clark, must have turned his ankle there a little bit. They're helping him off the field. That would be a big loss for the heart of that Valley defense.
He's already got a sack in the first half. I remember calling his number. And now that is the 4th sack for Valley. Dowling with 3 sacks in this contest. Defense has come to play, and that's not good. He's underneath the bleachers there, underneath the stands.
I hope the young man's okay and they're able to tape him up, and I'm sure he wants to get back out there as being a senior and want to finish.
Valley from their own 32-yard line. They put the ball on the ground, and they give us to Damon Head, and it's from his own 32-yard line up to the 35 for a gain of 3 as he runs to the right side.
The Dowling defense right there was able to stretch that one out a little bit. That might be Mason back in there. I think that might be Mason back in there. Anyway, they were able to stretch that out, and Mason cuts back against the grain and stopped up. Well, that's
good.
Head.
It's Head back there.
Yeah.
Back to throw Provenza. Fires out, throws against the grain. The pass is caught. First down up to midfield with the reception is the Valley receiver Hendrick Nimley. 5'10", 170-pound junior with the reception.
He found an open spot right in the middle of that zone defense of the Maroons and sat down, and Provenza found him over the middle. Big pickup for the Tiger offense with 6 minutes to go.
Gain of 13 on the reception. It's 1st and 10 Valley from their own 48. Back to throw is Provenza. Fires it, and pass is caught, not out of bounds for the Tigers. And that would be
Nimley again.
Nimley again, yeah.
Timing play there from Provenza to the wide side of the field to Nimley, doing an out at about 8 yards and making the break at 10, coming back to 8, and big pickup there on first down. And Valley, with getting it out of bounds, stops the clock, allows them time to huddle and reset and get the next play in.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. Here's the snap. Read option. The give is to Damon Head, and he's across the 40, down inside the 36-yard line in Dowling territory. Nice run that time by Damon Head.
Yeah, Damon Head, and here they are, squeezing some yards out there off tackle on a 2nd and short as the clock continues to tick and needing 2 scores here.
Here's the snap. Provenza looks left, now fakes the throw, rolls to his right, fires the ball downfield. The pass is caught and staying in bounds, and finally run out of bounds at the 15-yard line on the reception for Valley, and that's Xavion Robinson.
Yeah, Xavion Robinson got, Provenza bought himself some time. He's able to run and get out into the right edge and finds Xavion Robinson against the sideline there. Makes a nice catch and stutter step and gains a couple more yards.
21-yard gain on the play, Matt.
Now inside the 20, this Tiger offense is moving.
1st and 10 Valley from the Dowling 15. They throw right, and the pass is caught nicely. That's Robinson again. Xavion, all 6 foot, 165 pounds, a sophomore with the reception from quarterback Michael Provenza.
He needed all of that to stretch out and get that one with his hands, and nice catch there as he had to extend his Provenza through that ball a little high, and Robinson went and got it. Gets out of bounds, stopped the clock with the ball at the 12-yard line.
5:05 left to go in the 4th quarter. Dowling 21, Valley 7. Tigers with 3 timeouts remaining. Dowling has 2 remaining. Provenza checks down. He has 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 2 tight ends, and the give is to Head. Up the middle, he goes, he may score, he will. Touchdown Valley over right guard. He goes in from 12 yards out, and it's 21-13 Dowling, pending the extra point at the 5-minute mark.
Off that right tackle play, this is a run play that they've been able to have a lot of success with, creating space on that right side, and they get a little kick out from, they pull the center, I believe, on that play. No, the left guard, Derek Ellens, pulls, kicks out the end, and creates space for Damian Head up the middle.
Extra point by Valley. The ball down, and Alvarenza's kick is good. And it's 21-14 our score. Dowling with the lead. With 5:01 remaining in the 4th quarter. A timeout on the field. We'll take one too. With the Maroons leading 21-14 here in the 4th quarter. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from businesses and organizations who share in the mission of connecting listeners to Christ while connecting you to their products and services they provide. To learn more and support the businesses and organizations who support the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, visit iowacatholicradio.com to view our business sponsors. If you would like more information on how your business or organization can become a business sponsor, contact Deacon Mark 515-223-1150, 515-223-1150.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, I'm Ellen Miller from St. Thomas Aquinas, Indianola. Thank you for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Welcome back to the Unidome here in Cedar Falls. Mark Amadeo, Matt Maindring. Cold outside, temperature in the 20s today, but room temperature 72 degrees here in the Dome, and no wind, Matt.
Yeah,
no wind to deal with.
There's plenty of it outside.
Valley going 7 plays, 68 yards, capped off by Damon Head's 12-yard run for the touchdown, and all of a sudden, 21-14, Dowling leading Valley with 5 minutes to play. What's at stake? The state championship game next week. This ought to be quite the finish in the last 5 minutes.
Well, what more can you expect from Dowling Valley, right? I mean, it's
exactly.
This is the way it should be, and now you make a decision. The onside, 5 minutes to go. Your defense has been playing well. You're likely to kick it deep. So let's see what Coach Joensen has here as the Tigers get lined up to kick the ball away.
All right, as kicking off will be Rico Alvarenza. Fans getting into the game, both student bodies are, and Alvarenza boots it end over end, high towards the end zone. And it'll be returned by Dowling. That is Jake Anderson across the 15, and he's tripped up there. Nice individual tackle that time by Valley. Making the stop is Omar Ballard, the backup fullback. And that'll be 1st and 10 now for Dowling from their own 14-yard line. They'll spot his knee down.
Yeah, and Jake Anderson battling back from his leg injury last week and not able to run at the speed. And I think he took the helmet right on the knee on that play. So here we go. Dowling back in their own territory deep. Been in this situation a ton tonight.
Yes,
Valley's done a good job of keeping them deep in the territory.
All right, Rashad Davis comes in at tailback. Jalen Thompson, a tight end on the left side. Leifker, the utility back behind Thompson on the left side. 2 receivers right. Here's Jackson Smolik out of the shotgun. Low snap. The give is to Rashad Davis. Kind of dances around, bowls his way across the 15 up to the 16-yard line for a gain of 2.
A lot of energy on the side of that, on the Valley side of that football right now, and now it comes down to this war in the trenches as they sit here and battle inside as Dowling's trying to squeeze out a few first downs to extend their time with the football.
Dowling with 287 yards of total offense. Valley with 242. 2 receivers, 1 on each side of the formation. Back to throw. Smolik looks left, throws left, fires, and it's incomplete. Overthrew Cooper Nicholson. Would have had the first down, but he threw it over his head into the Valley sideline.
He did. That one came out a little hot and a little high, and Cooper couldn't go up and get that football. He had the space, as you said. It would have been a first down. Just came out a little hot. Here we go.
Bruins bringing in extra personnel. Hank Brown will check in. Bo Gamble split out wide left. Brown and Nicholson wide right. One back in the backfield, and that's Rashad Davis. Here's the snap, and the give is to Rashad. Right up the gut he goes, and he's shy of the first down, gets up near the 19-yard line. Is where they'll spot him down, gain of 3, and the Valley defense has stood the test here in the second half.
They did, and now it comes down to Dowling's defense to see if they can hold this Tiger offense out and creating quite a finish here as the clock runs.
3-yard gain for Davis brings up 4th down for Dowling. 4th and 5 from their own 19. Twin safeties back for Valley. That is Chase Hutchinson, number 2, and Xavion Robinson, number 3, standing at their own 45. Good snap. Cooper gets it away. A nice spirally kick. Fair catch signal by Xavion Robinson right about his own 43-yard line. That's where the Tigers will take over, and that's what it's going to come down to, Matt. Valley with the football. 3 timeouts remaining. 3:31 left in the game clock, and Valley may have one more shot at the end zone.
How many times have we been down here? This is my 8th year here. How many times have we been down here? We've had overtime games. It seems like we've had a few.
Well, with your
not to foreshadow anything,
the guy that you replaced, we had none, I think, and that was Mr. Marcoule. But he's still a Packer too, so I don't know what to blame that on. That's a good question, Coach.
I think our historian's probably looking into that right now.
Yeah, Ted's all over this. I know it. First down, Valley at their own 42-yard line. 3:31 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Provenza hands it off to his tailback head, and he's stood up, and maybe a yard up to the 43-yard line. And we're going to find out a lot about the Dowling defense here. This is playoff defense.
That's the same play they've been running. They pull the backside guard and try to kick out the end, create some space for Head as he explodes through there. And that time the Dowling defense, Carson Hagan and company up and Rumley up front, were able to stop that up. So second long, clock continues to run under 3 minutes here, up by 7.
Gain of 2 for Damon Head. Back to throw is Provenza on 2nd and 8. Fires the ball downfield, looking for a receiver. He's got Price. Did he stay in bounds? Yes, he did.
Yeah, they're going to say he stayed in bounds.
At the 30-yard line of Dowling. What a catch by Price. He's done it all this afternoon and evening. First down, Valley.
First down. Provenza rolls out to his right. Play call all the way, roll out. And Provenza gets out there, and again, high school football, you only need 1 foot, and that's all he had in there, and first down to the 30-yard line. Clock stops.
26-yard reception that time. Michael Provenza and Aiden Price. First down, Valley. They line up with 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They send their big tight end in motion, Bryce Anderson. And the give is to Head. Head looking for a hole. He's got one. Spins out of a tackle and finally is brought down inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 7.
Gain of 7 as they get a big chunk on first down. They're saving all their timeouts. Valley has 3 timeouts. They take their time here as they want to make sure they don't give the Maroons the ball back if they do get a chance to score. So here it runs down as Coach Joensen works the clock.
All right, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Valley going right to left. Back to throw Provenza, being chased. And now the pocket collapses and Provenza goes down. Reaches for the 21-yard line, so they'll give him forward progress to right around there. Maybe a yard to the 22 is what they spot him.
He's going to be 2 yards short of the first down, so it'll be 3rd and 2. Clock continues to run as he tried to get up the middle. But again, Carson Hagan gets a hit and Rumley on the tackle.
So Valley with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 1 back in the backfield, that's Damon Head. 2 tight ends. Here is Provenza. Michael with the snap out of the shotgun to give to Head, and he's tripped up from behind and lunges forward down to the 19-yard line. He's got the first down.
We'll get the first down. So the clock stops while they reset the chains. And once they're reset, the ball will be set. 1:35 to go, and Valley's up, ready to go.
Tigers have 242 yards of total offense, 111 on the ground, 131 in the air. Valley 14 first downs, Dowling 12. Here's the snap. 1st and 10 from the Dowling 19. The pass is complete and tripped up. Did he get out of bounds? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Nice reception that time by the receiver, Nimley, at the 18 of Dowling.
Very short gain on that play, about a 2-yard pass play as Provenza rolls out to his right and throws in a run, makes a nice throw to Nimley for a 2-yard gain or a yard gain. But the most important thing was it stopped the clock.
So to bring up 2nd down and 9, Valley on the Dowling 18-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Tight end on the right. Here's the snap. Back to throw. Provenza. The pass is bobbled and caught by Price. Aiden with the reception at the 15-yard line, shy of the first down.
He juggles that and is able to maintain control, and I believe Valley's going to call timeout.
So we'll take one with them. 58 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. Dowling 21, Valley 14 on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by CTO. Your support has helped thousands of students attend our Catholic schools. CTOiowa.org. At CTO, the bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
At noon, Monday through Friday, the doctor is in. Dr. Ray Garendi helps you with personal problems and professional questions. You'll love his fun approach and practical advice. The doctor is in on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting listeners with Christ.
Valley takes the first of 3 timeouts. Tigers with a 3rd down and 6 from the Dowling 15. 21-14 is our score. Dowling by 7 over the Valley Tigers here in the 5A semis at the Unidome. Handoff goes to Head. He spins out of a tackle, lunges forward, and finally brought down at about the 11-yard line for a gain of 4.
They're going to call him with the knee down at the 12. So it creates a 4th and 4 or 3.
3-yard gain by Head, and this will be the 9th play of this Valley drive, Matt, that started back at their own 42-yard line. And teams going to their respective sidelines, so another timeout called. I'm guessing, yep, it is called by Valley. They have 1 timeout left. We want to thank Skeffington's Formal Wear along with Catholic Tuition Organization Mercy One for being our supporters all season long. And, of course, the winner of this game will play next Friday night, 7 o'clock in the Unidome for the 5A state championship. Reminder that Southeast Polk is the defending state champ. And 2 years ago when Dowling was up here for the semis, Ankeny defeated Dowling. Well, Ankeny was the state champ back in 2020. And a lot could happen here with the 5A Final Four being all CIML teams. Johnston and Southeast Polk due up next, and their fans are arriving.
Yeah, they pile up on the edges here.
Yes, they do.
And I mean, what more do you expect from a Valley Dowling game? And here you go. This isn't the ball game, but in fourth and 3, they need a first down. They don't need the end zone. They have one timeout left, 47 seconds to go.
All right, head in the backfield. Provenza out of the shotgun. He's got Robinson at receiver on the far side, and the pass is
they give him the reception.
By the 6-yard line.
Yeah.
Great pass to Robinson. He was on one-on-one coverage there with the Dowling defender, and he makes the catch.
Yeah, he does make the catch, and it was a great throw by Provenza, right on the money, and the Dowling defender was right there, right through his arms. Jake Anderson did everything he could just to try to knock it down and end the game, but first down, 43 seconds to go.
Ball beyond the 6-yard line, gain of 6. Xavion Robinson, the 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore. Provenza and him have hooked up a few times tonight. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Provenza gives it to Head, and he gets inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Maybe the 2 is where they'll spot his knee down, and that'll stop the clock. Valley has just burnt their final timeout with 36 seconds to play, and we'll keep it here.
Now it is the race against the clock, and 2nd and 2 from the 2-yard, or 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line as everything comes down to these final plays. And the thing that makes Valley so difficult right here is that their ability of Provenza to run, and how much success they've been having with Damon Head up the middle, and then Aiden Price. They have 3 guys that you have to keep your eyes on here and make a play, and right now that's what you're asking your defense to do.
Yeah, no question about that, Matt. As we're going to thank Ryak Finch, the wrestling coach. We eventually got him up here at halftime. That was interesting. And we appreciate Ryak talking about wrestling, which I believe starts next week. Girls basketball started this week.
Yep.
And our first game will be the last Tuesday of the month. Dowling at Valley, girl-boy doubleheader. Matter of fact, our first 5 games are on the road.
Yeah, I know. We don't have a home game until almost right before Christmas break. So
we'll be there for that. And then we're going to pick up the boys' game. Dowling and Iowa City West right before Christmas. That'll be our broadcast schedule. We'll have that up. All right, here we go. 1st and goal. Valley on the Dowling 6 with 36 seconds remaining. Tigers out of timeouts. Dowling has 2. Provenza out of the shotgun. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Provenza option pitch to Price, and he's hitting. Lunges for the end zone. Did he get in? Touchdown, Valley.
Touchdown.
Boy, he was hit at the 3-yard line, lunged forward, and we're 1 point away from a tie ball game.
Now you're going to see, what is Coach Swinson going to do? I got a feeling he's going to go for it. I think he's going to go for 2. This team has shown some ability to get these yardage plays, and he's going to go for it. He's going to go for the win.
30 seconds remaining, and Valley trails 21-20, but they're going for 2 in the win.
They've had momentum all this second half, and if I would doing the same thing if I'm Coach Swinson at this point. Your offense has been able to have some success. Here they go.
No wide receivers, a bunch formation outside the right tackle. Man in motion, that's Price. Provenza out of the shotgun, rolls to his right, looks in the end zone, fires, and the pass is caught. Touchdown. The 2-point conversion is good by Valley. And the Tigers have taken the lead with 30 seconds remaining. What a pass by Provenza, and catching the ball was Xavion Robinson, and he threw an absolute bullet.
He did throw a bullet, and he was able to get through there, caught it over the middle, and they executed it well.
Valley 22, Dowling 21, and that capped off an 11-play, 58-yard drive for the Valley Tigers. They took over with 3:31 left to go in the 4th quarter, marched it down, and now there are 30 seconds remaining, and Valley will be kicking off leading by 1, their only lead of the night.
Dowling has 2 timeouts left, 30 seconds to go, and you have some weapons that can make, flip the field in a hurry, and you have Schumacher who can kick a field goal from a distance. So you look like you got some opportunities here.
For Price, that is his second touchdown of the afternoon and evening. He caught a 50-yard touchdown from Michael Provenza with 5 minutes left to go in the first half, and then now scores with 30 seconds to go. And then Provenza's pass to Robinson, Xavion Robinson, was good. And Valley 22, Dowling 21. Now the kickoff. This will be Alvarenza kicking from his own 40. Boots it, high end over end kick. It will not reach the end zone. Fielded by Dowling, and that's Rashad Davis to the 5. Across the 20, 25, and he's hit and dropped there. And the Maroons will have 25 seconds to get into scoring range.
Well, here you go. You get Jackson Smolik, the recruit, going to Penn State, and you've got some weapons on offense, a lot of speed on the edges, and now you're trying to make something happen. And we got Rashad Davis down on the field after the kick. Don't know if it's a cramp or what there as they attend to him. Now he's going to get up and run off.
Yeah, that's usually a sign of a cramp.
Yep.
And they start doing that. Dowling will first down, officially at their own 26-yard line with 25 seconds remaining. Dowling has 2 timeouts remaining.
And they need about 40 yards.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, about 40, 45 yards to give Schumacher a shot.
Well, the arm of Smolik. Dowling with 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. C.J. Phillip in the backfield. Valley showing blitz. Back to throw Smolik. Looks. Ball's loose. And picked up.
It's covered.
The Dowling offensive lineman recovered it.
And they've been able to get pressure on Smolik all day, and they did it there again. And so, for the offense, a wasted down, wasted time. The loss of yardage doesn't really matter a whole lot at this point.
No, it certainly does not. As timeout is taken, Kyle Rockers on the bottom of the pile. Let's watch the replay here, Matt, as we have our live stream. And I think that was Rockers who got it. Yep.
Yeah.
And fell on top of it. Timeout on the. Want to thank all our folks back at the studio. I know Jimmy Olson started things off, and Jeff Piggott is supposed to be in relief. And I know we're after 6 o'clock. As coming up, it'll be Southeast Polk and Johnston. Congratulations to Brian Woodley, first time in the state semifinals, and those Johnston Dragons trying to knock off the defending state champs Southeast Polk Rams. That will not be a 7 o'clock kickoff, I can tell you that right now. 19 seconds remaining, a low snap, Smolik picks it up, fires downfield, and the pass incomplete.
Yeah, they're going to get
penalty flag out.
Penalty flag on that.
They had Cooper Nicholson on a crossing pattern left to right, and they're going to call pass interference
15,
on Valley.
Is that 15 yards?
Automatic.
15 yards in high school football, so that'll move the ball up to about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a first down. So that'll be a first down.
First down, Dowling at the 36-yard line on the pass interference by Valley.
And with the timeout, you have a shot to go over the middle. And in high school football, with moving the chains, you can spike it, and you have a few more opportunities to stop the ball.
15 seconds remaining. Smolik back to throw. Now avoids pressure, rolls to his left, fires against the grain, and he threw it away incomplete with 8 seconds to play. And the Tigers, the 14th seed, 8 seconds away from knocking off the number 1 seed. And you look back at this series.
And our historian was prophetic today.
Yeah, I know. Look back at this series.
He just got fired.
And Valley
just
Dowling
kidding.
is
just kidding. He's going to keep digging.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. All right, it's 2nd and 10 Dowling. 8 seconds. Back to throw. Smolik rolls to his left, looking downfield, well covered by Valley. He's going to have to air it out, and he does. He's got a man open. It's Bo Gamble, and the clock has expired. Gamble with the catch to the 25, and Dowling out of time, and that'll do it.
Yep.
Valley moves on to the state title Gamble with the catch at the 25, and they ran out of time, couldn't get the clock stopped as the clock expired while the ball was in the air.
What's the discussion here? The officials have not left the field yet.
We'll pick up on Dave Rittman, but I'm pretty sure they're just talking over. He's going to ask everybody, hey, was there no time on the clock when he caught the ball? Was there a flag on the field? The PA announcer I just heard say.
There was a flag.
Ruling is.
Yeah. Well, Valley's went back to their sideline.
The game cannot end on a defensive penalty here. And so the play, I don't know if they have the ball spotted. Do they have the ball spotted?
If they do, it's the official that's underneath. We can't see. That should do it. Yep, that's what I thought. Time expired. They just made sure.
On the field. Illegal man downfield on the offense. That penalty is declined. The game is over.
There you go. Dowling with an illegal player downfield. One of the linemen, as they gave Smollett plenty of time as he unloaded it. 22-21 is the final. Valley has knocked off Dowling and snapped their 10-game winning streak. And the Tigers will move on to the state championship game with a record of 8-4, and they will take on either Southeast Polk or Johnston next Friday night. As Dowling's season has come to an end, and what a season it was, Matt, and what a game this was.
It was an outstanding football game, and both teams battled, and it is so hard to beat good teams twice in one season, and especially the way they beat them the first time, and give credit to Coach Joensen and his staff on coming back and getting his team rallied and finishing out the year strong.
Well, congratulations to Gary Swenson and the Valley Tigers as they defeat Dowling 22-21. They go for the win after scoring the touchdown. They were down one. Extra point would have sent it into overtime. And Coach Swenson and his coaching staff go for the win, and they knock off Dowling 22-21. Here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls, we'll come back with our post-game show following these messages along the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. For Matt Mainry, this is Mark Amadale. Stay tuned. The post-game show coming up. Final score, Valley 22, Dowling 21 here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Back after these messages.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
How can I speak up without shutting people down?
Boy, this one is pretty easy to answer, but really hard to do. The easy part of the answer is that every human being is made to love truth. And so when you share it lovingly, calling them on to something greater that will give them happiness and freedom, that is, as the Bible says, good news of great joy. Unfortunately, we humans have a terrible tendency to do the right things for all the wrong reasons. So if we're sharing the truth just because we know we're right, or we want to win an argument, or want to chalk one up on the old soul-saving tally, we're not really trying to give the gift of Christ's love, so we're using the truth to lie, and that won't inspire anyone. On the other hand, remember that Jesus lived and spoke the truth perfectly, and some people still didn't believe. So if that happens to you, offer your sufferings to Christ and pray for the grace to get up again. For more Young Catholic Minutes, go to youngcatholicminute.com.
And welcome back to the Unidome here in Cedar Falls alongside Matt Maindring, Mark Amadale. Final score, Valley 22, Dowling 21. Tigers go for two with 30 seconds to go after touchdown cut it to one. And Coach Gary Swenson and the Valley Tigers make the two-point conversion. Xavier Robinson with the catch. And Valley moves on to the state championship game. The trophy presentation going on the field as we speak. And what a game it was. Dowling led at halftime 14-7. The Maroons come out and take a 21-7 lead as Rashad Davis scored on a 5-yard run that was set up by a Vinnie Bertinoli blocked punt. So Dowling up 2 scores, 21-7, and that will be Dowling's final points with 4.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Valley comes back with 2 scores in the fourth quarter. Damon Head on a 12-yard run and Aiden Price on a 2-yard run. But the 2-point conversion, the pass from Provenza to Xavier Robinson was good. 22-21 the final. Valley moves on with a record of 8-4 to the state championship game next Friday. And looking back on this series, that snaps a 5-game winning streak that Dowling had in this series. Maroons had won 6 out of the last 7 games against the Tigers, but Valley moves on.
Yeah, they do, and hard-fought game, and again, you know, it wasn't surprising to me to see Coach Joensen go for it for going for 2 there at the end of the ball game, and making the play. You know, you leave it up to the kids, and Provenza slid one through there, and they got it done.
So let's take a look at the final numbers tonight, Matt. Valley and Dowling. Dowling with 327 yards total offense. Valley with 298. Maroons had 206 yards passing, 121 yards on the ground. Valley with 131 yards rushing and 167 yards in the air. Valley with 6 penalties for 45 yards. Dowling with 6 penalties for 57 yards. Valley with 18 first downs. Dowling with 16. Jackson Smolik finished the game with 9 for 19 passing, 206 yards and a touchdown with no interceptions. Michael Provenza, 17 out of 23 passing, 167 yards and a touchdown. Leading rusher for Dowling was C.J. Phillip, 13 carries, 71 yards. Rashad Davis, 11 carries, 57 yards and a touchdown. And Jackson Smolik finished with 10 carries, -7 yards and a touchdown. For Valley, Damon Head was the leading ball carrier, 16 carries, 90 yards and a touchdown. Provenza, 11 carries, 25 yards. Darius Mason, who we didn't see much in the second half, he played mostly in the first quarter, 4 carries for 15 yards for the Valley starting tailback. Aiden Price, 3 carries for 1 yard. Leading receiver for Dowling was Cooper Nicholson, 5 catches, 103 yards and a touchdown. Bo Gamble, 2 catches for 54 yards, and Hank Brown, 1 catch for 38 yards. C.J. Phillip, 1 catch for 11 yards. And for Valley, Aiden Price, 7 catches, 89 yards and a touchdown. Henrik Nimley, 5 catches for 38 yards. Xavier Robinson, 4 catches for 30 yards, but the big catch was a 2-point conversion that gave Valley its first lead and only lead with 30 seconds to go, and Damon Head, 1 catch for 10 yards. Defensively, Dowling was led by Jimmy Wanek with 8.5 tackles, Jared Rickey with 5.5 tackles, Jake Anderson 5 tackles, Joe Hughes with 4.5 tackles, Matt Hanton with 4 tackles, Dylan Manning 3 tackles, Noah Seamer with 3 tackles, and Ralston Rumley with 3 tackles and 2 sacks. Carson Hagan, 2.5 tackles and 2 sacks. For Valley, Hunter Clark with 1 tackle, and Surreal Fountain with 1 tackle unofficially for Valley. So again, total yardage for Dowling, 327 yards, Valley with 298, and Valley moves on to the state championship game next Friday. Matt.
You know, I think as you look back on the game, I think it was Valley's ability to neutralize Jackson Smolik. Again, I think you said it at one point, he'd only been sacked 4 times all year, and I think tonight he had how many sacks? I mean, at least 4 sacks for the Valley defense, and the Valley defense being able to neutralize Smolik like that and put pressure on him and limit his ability to move with the football and throw it was the difference in this ball game.
Dowling got out to a 14-7 lead at halftime thanks to Jackson Smolik's 1-yard run and Cooper Nicholson's 55-yard touchdown reception from quarterback Jackson Smolik in the second quarter gave Dowling a 14-0 lead. Valley's lone touchdown came in the second quarter by quarterback Michael Provenza hooking up with Aiden Price for 50 yards. Cut the Dowling lead to 14-7. That's how we went into halftime. Maroons came out in the second half. And Rashad Davis on a 5-yard run that was set up by a Vinnie Bertinoli block punt. Dowling went 4 plays, 21 yards, and led 21-7, and that was Dowling's final score as Damon Head and Aiden Price tacked on 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, both under the 5-minute mark, and the 2-point conversion by Provenza to Xavier Robinson, the difference in the ball game. Final score, Valley 22 and Dowling 21.
It's so hard with high school kids, to erase a memory and say, you dominated a team so much so in that meeting a month ago, and then especially on the first drive when Dowling took the football, Dowling Catholic took the football and drove the length of the field, mostly on the ground, and got into the end zone. And you thought after that drive that it was going to be, a deal, and that was going to be something similar to what happened a month ago. But Valley, turned the game around and continually kept the field flipped. Outside of the block punt, Dowling never had the football. I don't think it got the football inside or outside of the 40-yard line. I mean, they were always pinned back inside the 30, inside the 40. And in high school football, it's tough to make those 80-yard drives consistently.
It is, and that's a credit to the field position game that Coach Joensen did. And, Gary is a veteran coach. We don't speak enough about him, but Coach Joensen, his 29th year at Valley, that was win number 267 for him at Valley. And overall, win number 392 in 48 years of coaching, and he has the second most wins as an active coach, only behind Jerry Pizzetti at Ankeny Centennial, who's still coaching. So, and I mentioned, I talked about this series. We had the breakdown of Dowling Valley and how many times each team has moved on and swept each other during the regular season. How many times they haven't? But the Maroons had won 5 in a row. That's unheard of in this series since the 80s, I suppose. And all of a sudden, Valley, the underdog, the number 14 seed, knocking off the number 1 seed, and that's just typical Dowling Valley. Whether it was here, Valley Stadium, Drake Stadium, wherever, that's just typical when you have rivalries. And the Tigers made a few adjustments, mainly on the defensive end. Offensively, they stayed the same, although their starting tailback, Mason, Darius didn't play much after the second quarter. And it was their backup, Damon Head, who the junior.
Yeah, the junior got most of the carries.
But Damon Head and Darius Mason both back for Valley next year, as is C.J. Phillip and Rashad Davis for Dowling. So you're going to see these same 4 tailbacks when they meet, whenever they play next year, because we'll get the new schedule here January, February from the state association. But that's a rivalry game, and congratulations to Gary Swenson and the Valley Tiger program.
You take 5 straight wins, and that means roughly about 4 years worth of wins.
Yes,
a desert for Valley, and probably one of the longer stretches in this series, going back a ways. But it's hard to take for these kids, and that they the expectations being what they were. But you could see the adjustment coming over the summer, that they were making an intent. The effort going in was that they wanted to get back here and just fall short, and that's why they play the games. That's why high school football is so fun. It's so unpredictable at times, and that's why we come to watch.
Yeah, exactly, and it's fun to watch.
Yes,
and I know that you get excited on all that. And you look at how this all went down. I'm trying to bring up what Ted Powers sent me, and he said, "Hey, this is the 24th time they've played twice in one season. 24th time. Both teams have swept 8 times. That didn't happen. And now 8 times they split with one another in the regular season. So mark that down in the history books. 8-8, and that's a rivalry, Dowling and Valley.
Yes.
And Tigers move on. We're going to take a break. Final break as we conclude the football season here. Final score. It was Valley 22, Dowling 21. The Tigers move on to the state championship game in Class 5A next Friday at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. They'll kick it off at 7 o'clock. The winners, well, they're warming. They'll meet the winner of this game warming up. Johnston wearing the white, and Southeast Polk, the defending champs, wearing the black. And we'll return. Final comments after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Honey, I'm so excited for our kitchen remodel.
All right, you love birds. Floors?
Natural hardwood.
Okay. Wow, that was quick. Countertops?
Definitely natural granite.
Check.
Woohoo!
And that wall?
Tear it down. It let in more natural sunlight.
Done.
Whoa.
Speaking of tearing down walls, your family planning. Natural, right?
Natural family planning is 99% effective at achieving or delaying pregnancy, and there are no harmful chemicals, so it's better for you and the environment. Tear down the wall.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Gregory Waddle with the Knights of Columbus. Thank you for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back to the post-game show here on Iowa Catholic Radio as we're just before the top of the hour here at 7 o'clock as the Dowling Maroon season has come to an end as Valley defeats Dowling 22-21. Congratulations to the Valley Tigers. They'll take an 8-4 record against either Johnson or Southeast Polk next Friday night in the 5A state championship game. I guess, Matt, you and I will have to watch it from our recliners at home.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure if I'm watching.
Or you may not. It all depends.
In all honesty, I will be here at the game before. So
that's right. Van Meter won today.
I'll be here to watch my son on the coaching staff at Van Meter. I will come to watch that. My wife and I will drive up next Friday.
Well, we should mention that our first basketball game, by the way, will be Dowling Valley Tuesday, November 29th from the Valley Gym as the Maroons open up at Valley. Ankeny Centennial, Johnston, Waukee, and Southeast Polk. The first first 5 doubleheaders on the road. Dowling will be home against Ankeny on Friday, December 16th for a girl-boy doubleheader. We'll try to remember how to do it there at the Dowling Gym.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the boys-only contest, Iowa City West at Dowling. That'll be on Thursday, December 22nd. That'll be our final broadcast. So we've got 6 doubleheaders in the month of November and December here on Iowa Catholic Radio. It's a basketball season.
Basketball season opens up, and before we get there, we have the state swim tomorrow.
That's right.
Good luck to the girls as they compete tomorrow to win individual state titles and a team state title. And so good luck to them as the last sport going this winter is the girls swim.
Yeah, girls swim and football are the last 2 sports before they go.
And, we had Coach Finch on at halftime, who does a great job with our kids in the building during the day. He's joined our support staff inside the building, and I believe they do have a home wrestling meet early in the season. I want to say early in December, maybe even the first week of December. So the wrestling season will be underway quickly as well, as they all start practice on Monday, the boys wrestling and girls wrestling. We have girls wrestling that we are sharing with Urbandale. So I believe we have about 9 girls participating in girls wrestling this year as we share that program with Urbandale. And the boys wrestling and basketball start tomorrow as well. And swim got underway this week.
Yep, swim got underway today, girls swimming.
Well, boys swimming. I was just about the winter sports. Yeah, so I believe it was. So the girls basketball and boys swim started this week. So, everything's the baton gets handed off quickly.
Yes, it does. Winter sports coming, although the weather certainly feels like winter sports now. Yeah. As we found out here in the last few days. Yesterday afternoon, they went from the upper 50s, lower 60s, and it just dropped. I noticed, and it dropped in the afternoon. But winter is here, at least most part. Hey, I got a lot of thanks, starting with you and John Chido. Matt, thanks for giving up your Friday nights. You and your beautiful bride, Lisa, can now go on date nights more often. And people will say that about me and my wife, Mary.
Yeah.
They've been just gracious to let us do this. And this is week number 12, so that's 12 Fridays that we've been able to bring this. And we've done the live stream with Pete Tarpey and CISN. And for some of the home games and the road games, it's just radio. Appreciate that, and want to thank all the athletic directors and coaches that have let us, do a little game prep before each game, and I sincerely mean that. From Council Bluffs to the CIML coaches, letting us, helping us with our broadcast. And Matt, thanks to you, and John Chido certainly on the sideline, and all the people behind the scenes. Right now, Jeff Piggott is our studio producer, Jimmy Olson, Jennifer Phelps, all the folks at Iowa Catholic Radio, including our executive director, Matt Wilkham. But Jimmy Olson is our program director. He does a great job getting us set up, and had to move some moving parts when you interrupt daytime programming at 3:30 in the afternoon. Jimmy's the one to contact for that. So we appreciate all their support and all the fans that listen. Some of the ones that text. I have to delete some of these. I got to block my number. I got to find out how that works.
Yeah.
But and I mean that, Matt. Thank you for all you do, and it's a labor of love. We have a lot of fun, and thanks to Tom Wilson and his staff for opening their arms. And I love it when I walk out there on Wednesday nights. The media's here. I'm looking around. I said, I don't see Keith Murphy. I don't see, TV8 or 5.
Yeah. John Sears, I give you a heck of a lot of credit, Mark. I mean, you make this easy. You know, it's just I just show up on Friday nights and talk football. And
you got all the knowledge.
I don't know.
Got all the knowledge.
Not that much knowledge. It's a great. You know, it's been a passion of mine for a long time. Young kids playing this game and getting the opportunity to play this game. But more so, it's fun when you see them in the building every day, and I don't think people understand what for Coach Wilson and his staff how much their focus is on growing great young men. You know, the wins and losses, they take care of themselves, and in some seasons end not the way you want them to. But you know they do such a great job of growing great young men, and the people that join our program, you know, they are in the best hands, and they're going to get the best. They're going to get the best. They get the best inside the building during the day. They get the best outside of the building in the afternoon activities that we have.
No question about it. And you have the teachers and coaches like Ryak Finch, who we had here at halftime. What a tremendous job he is rebuilding the Dowling wrestling program. And he did a great job in year one. I can't wait to see what happens in year two. But one thing we should mention, this is with the Dowling football program. They graduated 41 seniors.
Yeah.
Now, I've been doing this for 40-some years, Matt, and I've seen 25 to 30 seniors normally out of the Dowling program for the last 40 years. 41 seniors. That says a lot about the dedication. Not all of them played. Not all of them started. But there was a reason why they were out there. They knew their role, whether they were a first-team all-conference or first-team all-state, or whether they were somebody that may have gotten in on a running clock. 41 seniors graduate, and you're going to present them their diplomas here in the spring.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, it's about sacrifice. You know, we learn those things through our faith as well. Is that you have to give up to receive. You have to give to receive, and these kids give up a lot of time and energy. You know, it's the weight room at 6 in the morning in the summer, and those things that nobody sees to get out here and be able to compete at the level that they do. And we have great young kids representing us all the time in this sport and in all of our sports. It's just a joy to be a part of, and you know I get the joy of seeing them during the day in their sometimes in their vulnerable moments, you know, and so it's a lot of fun.
Our thanks also to besides Tom Wilson in the Dowling Athletic Office, he's also the head football coach. Colleen Webb, Jared Herring.
Yeah.
What a year Jared Herring had.
Yeah.
I never seen a guy go up and down the bleachers at Williams Stadium during that playoff game when we lost the scoreboard. Yeah. Jared is an outstanding, number one, an outstanding person and human being, but he's also a tremendous person and coach in his own right.
He is, and again, it exudes. You want that kind of leadership. You want those kind of people in your leadership roles in your organization, because then your coaches and everybody else will replicate that. They will raise themselves to the level of who's leading them, and that's what happens in our programs, and it's just a lot of fun. But I do want to say thank you to my wife for, you know, being a football widow again, but only on Friday nights. It's not 7 days a week. It's only Friday nights.
I don't know if she's listening or not, Matt, but Lisa, we walked across Ames Stadium because we got there early, and Johnny wasn't able to make it, so we didn't have to set up the antenna.
Yeah.
And Matt said to me, he's got the itch, and I said, "Is it mosquitoes biting or something?" He had the itch, and I said, "I love the coaching." Walking across the field on a Friday night, beautiful setting at Ames with the trees and the east-west field. And you said that. It's like you haven't done that in a while. You've been up here in the booth.
Yeah, I stay away for a reason. You stay away for a reason.
Because you love being with people, man.
Well, you love being around the kids.
Absolutely.
You love being around the coaches and the kids, and again, you know, people ask, "What do you miss about coaching?" Well, you miss the locker room, you miss the pregame, you know, in that energy in that locker room. You miss the coach's office and things like that. It's just that you miss those moments, and the games, games are games, but you miss those times.
Sure.
Those are the memories that stay with you.
Absolutely.
And some plays that create losses. But more so what happens good with the kids.
Folks, you don't get this, but I get the stories about the one player backing up against the emergency door and setting off the fire alarm at a certain school. Not up here, never in Central Iowa. This happened in Northwest Iowa.
Well, but it happened here. It happened here at the Dome.
But that did happen at the Dome, Great stories about that.
Goodness.
Our thanks to the Valley folks, West Des Moines Valley head football coach Gary Swenson and his coaching staff, athletic director Brad Rose, and Lorena Cuevas, and Mike Ingbert, out of their office helping us prepare for the game. They do a super job. I mean this sincerely. The CIML coaches, even some of the coaches that are on Dowling's schedule outside the CIML, do a great job helping us. You reach out to them, say, I need help. I need a complete roster. Because we don't want a guy running around. It's like, what number is he? They help us put that together. Pronunciations, very important to the family and kids and friends. And we're going to do it all in basketball. We've got a few weeks off. Thanksgiving will come and go, and then we'll start right in. And, Matt, I hope you're not going to be a stranger. We'll put you on basketball. Well, we'll put you in the doubleheader. We'll give
there you go.
You're a girls expert. We know that.
Yeah.
But they're playing 5-on-5 now, you know.
I know.
They're not playing 6-on-6
Yeah,
like my wife did. You guys
my
used
wife
to coach.
did too,
Yeah, so look forward to that. All right, my friend, that'll wrap it up.
All right,
thank
you.
Thanks,
Thank
Matt.
you, Mark.
Matt Maindring, Dowling principal and former football coach, doing a great job, and he's helped me all year long as the Maroons conclude their season with the record of 10-2 with the loss tonight here in the Unidome. That'll wrap up our broadcast. Our thanks to Jimmy Olson. Great job as keeping everything in line at Iowa Catholic Radio. Of course, Jeff Piggott there right now, and all the folks there. We appreciate all their help. And again, our next broadcast will be high school basketball, and that'll be coming up, getting close to. It'll be Dowling and Valley, the final. What is it? It'll be the final Tuesday of the month, and we'll be broadcasting that doubleheader from the Valley Gym. And for everybody involved, for John Chido, who, in case you didn't hear, was under the weather tonight, did not make the trip to Cedar Falls. And thanks to John for all the sideline reports with the kids. Our thanks to, of course, head coach Tom Wilson for giving us his time before each and every game. The Maroons close out their season with the record of 10-2. Valley moves on to the state championship game with the record of 8-4. And that'll wrap things up from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Final score for the final time. The Valley Tigers defeat Dowling Catholic 22-21 on a last-second two-point conversion. For everybody involved, this is Mark Amadeo saying goodnight and so long from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Have a safe and blessed faith-filled weekend.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formalware, and Bosun the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.